Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Storm King's Thunder right here at Proficiency Bonus. My name is Michael, your most humble and merciful Dungeon Master for the evening. We're so glad that you're joining us tonight. This is episode 69 of Storm King's Thunder as we continue in this fantastic Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure. We're going to throw a couple quick shout-outs before we begin tonight to Twitch, Streamlabs, Many-Sided Dice, and Team MZ for all their streamer support of this channel. Thank you guys so much for allowing us to be affiliated with you and supporting us. And make sure you take the opportunity, when you get a chance, to hit that follow button above to help support this channel. It costs you nothing. If you'd like to subscribe, you can subscribe as well if you'd like to support this channel financially. Also, we're on YouTube, so you can go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to us there as well. And get caught up on all our previous episodes from all of our various campaigns throughout the week. Before we begin, I also want to make another quick announcement. On Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, April 2nd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we are unleashing a new stream, so it's going to be fantastic. A new show is coming to Proficiency Bonus called Tabletop Legends. It will be hosted, and our Dungeon Master is going to be Matt, who played Tuwala on Tomb of Annihilation on Monday nights for quite a while. If you guys were fans or have watched Tomb of Annihilation, you'll know who Matt is. He's doing it a little bit differently. It won't be via webcam. He'll actually have all his players around a physical table playing Dungeons & Dragons and streaming that show. So it's going to be really cool. They've got some really cool videos. So I'm going to go ahead and show yet another awesome promo video from Tabletop Legends. Check this out, guys. Yes. You got to see this.
Sharkarino here for Tabletop Legends. Well, I'm here with my business associate,
Salman.
And our other business associate, Barry here. I told you to bring your cousin. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, so we're here to tell you about the wonderful prizes that Tabletop Legends is going to be giving away on their first episode. So, the first thing up we got is, Barry, you want to hand me the first item?
Which one is it?
It's that one right there.
Okay.
All right, so
here it is.
All right, so as Barry is showing you, we got these lovely dice.
Dice?
Yeah, dice. I said that, Barry. All right, so yeah, we got these lovely dice. Look at that. That's a nice red. It's got some gold flakes in there. You can lie to people, tell them it's real gold. You know, they won't know. People are stupid nowadays. And this one, look at this. Well, Barry, we'll fix that before you get it. So that's great. The next item we got up is this lovely Tabletop Legends poster. It's on nice glassy. You want to hold that? Yeah. It's on this nice glossy paper. You know, that's not the cheap stuff. We went all out on this poster. That is some high quality paper right there. And over here you got your signatures. That's signed by the whole cast. I don't know where Barry went. Barry has wandered off the set. I hope he's not getting into the dog food again. Now, next item, this is one of my favorite items. It's this lovely mug. Look at that. You drink it, and when you're walking around town, you're like, hey, you know, everybody loves their grandma. I love my grandma and everything.
It broke real bad, Shark.
Pick up the best of it.
There's a lot of pieces
Pick up the. We gotta move on to the next item. Of that.
Shark, I cut myself real bad on the mug.
Oh,
it seems to be
bleeding. I think it's one of those things where like Shark, it's just a little cut and it's a lot of blood.
I feel like I'm just, a little lightheaded.
I think you should. Sorry, folks, we broke the mug. That's on us. Yeah, you won't get the mug. Do you think Barry is smart enough to sue? Or we're gonna have to. I mean,
he might bleed out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably fine.
My brother's a lawyer. Maybe I can't go back to prison.
I'm back, Shark.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, good. How's your hand?
It's good. I found a paper towel and some Scotch tape.
All right. That looks like you used paper towel. But okay, we'll get to that. Anyway,
it was in the trash.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So the last item we're gonna do, we're gonna move all the broken pieces of this out of the way, and look at that. Oh, I threw it on myself, but you know, when you have your own copy, you can throw it on yourself too. Who cares? Okay, so this is the limited edition slipcase of the core rule books. We'll take them out here so you can see them. So nice. We got first up in blue. We got the Monsters Manual. Look at that. That's nice and blue. It's lovely. Over here we got this is the Player's Handbook. That's a nice red. You know, you got these colors coming together. So there's all three of them. The one you get though will be still as the kids say, factory sealed. So that's all the lovely stuff you're gonna get. Tune in and win some nice stuff. For Tabletop Legends, I'm Shakarino here with my partner,
Salman.
And his cousin.
And I'm Barry.
That's right, that's Barry. And so tune in to Tabletop Legends, or else. Okay, so yeah, Tabletop Legends, watch it or don't, but if you don't, I'll break your legs. All right. Tabletop Legends. Call me. Oh, Christ, this whole operation is quickly falling apart. Tabletop Legends, watch it. Or I'll come to the house and I'll kick you in the balls. Bam. Hey, Barry, come rub my bunions. I didn't even know Shark, how's your wife, Shark?
Your shark.
That's right. That's your wife.
I think it's.
It's like ketchup.
I was saying, it's a very strong smell.
Welcome back, guys. I hope you enjoyed that latest video of Tabletop Legends. My goodness, that my stomach hurts because I laugh so hard every time I watch that. But they are just showing you guys the things that you can win by tuning in. That limited edition Dungeons and Dragons core rulebook set with the fantastic art and Dungeon Master screen. That is amazing. So you're going to want to make sure you're tuning in live on Tuesday evening.
I think the artist is Hydro74.
Hydro74?
Yep.
Excellent. Can you find, Christy, you can find it on Twitter? Is that, can you?
Let me just double check on
on the same
that, but I'm
Twitter?
pretty sure it's Hydro74. We announced this last time.
Awesome. Yeah, so make sure you guys check out that stream. It's going to be amazing. You could have a chance to win that live just by tuning in and watching the show. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive back in with a little bit of a recap of what happened last time during Storm King's Thunder. Our party has been hanging out in Skullport, the Port of Shadow, which is a dark city in a cavern under mountain below Waterdeep. Molfin was drawn to this place in search of some knowledge and magical items that he is seeking. It brought him to Skullport, where they quickly found that Skullport is a creepy area filled with a bunch of strange things happening throughout this underground city. They eventually found an old grandma mage woman named Taz, who spoke to Molfin, reassured him that it seemed to know what he was seeking, what he was looking for, and basically gave him a warning that not many have been able to control the powers of such dark magical items. Was trying to dissuade Molfin possibly from going after, even though she does not know the location of the Eye of Vecna in which Molfin seeks. They also got knowledge that Taz would be able to enchant a glass eye, perhaps, of Aldok, who appears to be looking for someone to be able to enchant a glass eye. They made their way to an apothecary and met an interesting individual named Nightshade, who seemed to run the establishment. Made a couple of bartering trades with our party. And at the end of last week's episode, Diana and Kallista felt as if they were being watched from somewhere above in the cavern. Is there anything else you guys think I need to brush up upon? You guys did stay in in an establishment where you guys saw some shady individuals walking down the hall with a goldfish in an aquarium. But I think that hits the high points.
Yeah.
Kallista did have a moment where they did have
With the Twinkie.
while they were staying. Kallista did start going through her list.
A lot of moments.
Diana did cast Zone of
Yeah.
Truth, where we had a moment there where, you know what? That was kind of odd. I think Diana cast Zone of Truth and then never said a word after that. That's someone being aware of what her spells do. So that brings us to episode 69 of Storm King's Thunder. Well, friends.
To be fair, it was a long list, and the spell only lasts 10 minutes. So.
Yeah, and I still
Yeah.
think there's more on that list that hasn't been
Yeah,
covered.
there is. She's picking and choosing her times. She's got this.
And the people she wanted it to work on saved on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Yes.
But
They
real
made...
quick, who has the nat 20, or does someone have a nat 20?
Callista's the nat 20.
Kallista has the nat 20. I
Okay.
apologize. I don't have it on the Twitch channel, so we'll have to remember that Kallista
That's okay.
has that nat 20.
Someone from chat has the nat 22,
Yes, Chris
right?
Hansen has a nat
Chris
20.
Hansen
Oh,
has a
yeah.
nat 20 if he's here tonight. So, Chris,
So,
if you're there, remember that.
yeah, I think sometimes Chris pops in
Later.
a little bit
Yeah.
later, I think. So we'll have to see if he pops in. If you
We'll
guys,
remind him if he pops
if he
in.
pops in, we'll remind him. All right, so friends, so the story is told. Kallista and Diana, you both feel presence of being watched. What would you guys be doing at this point?
Right.
I don't know.
Would we know if the sculpture of the spider was hollow inside, or is it just solid rock?
Make a perception check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would like
can
to
I
try and focus
also-
to see if like there were like windows. Like, are these eyes that are looking like are they windows? Is it a building?
Can I? Is there?
Ashlyn, it definitely looks like it's carved from the stone of the ceiling. It's very intricate carving. It looks like it was done very well. You do see some cracks that kind of appear in the side some places, and it does look like it might have some circular windows in different areas in the side of it.
Could one of us do an Arcana check to see if it's like magical?
Sure, you absolutely could.
Want me to roll terrible because no, Diana. Yeah, 13.
Yeah, you don't get any kind of you don't see any arcane runes on it or anything. You don't really notice anything arcane about it.
Okay.
Are the
Is
windows like the eyes, or is it just cracks that seem to be windows?
A little bit of both. It seems like
Ooh.
there were eyes in it that were carved like windows, and there are also cracks. It just seems like it's very old, so some of these cracks might have happened during just minor earthquakes and things like that.
Now I got things like creepy crawlies down my legs.
Yeah, it's MG's fault. I blame MG.
This is a very stone spiders. Oh.
Does Mofin at this point see everybody sort of focusing on this?
I think
I think,
Kallista
yeah.
would mention
I think
it
by
to the
now,
group.
Muffin-
Like she would be like, "I think we're being watched, and it looks like there's windows in the eyes."
About how far does it look to be from us?
Yeah. How high up is it? And it's across too, right?
Yeah, it's pretty. It's the size of probably 3 of these larger buildings put together.
I wave.
You wave, okay?
Yeah.
Over across
I know.
the cavern, you see a little goblin looking behind him, and then looking over at you, and then goes.
Yes.
Like not sure if you're waving at him or not.
Okay.
We've all been there. We've all done that. Too real.
For Goblin, I would
How
like
far
it.
away would you say this is?
Because
You're at the
where
upper
are
level of the cavern. The
Yeah.
cavern
We're
is
like-
about 100 feet high. So I would say it's probably between 25 and 30 feet above your head. If
And how far in front of us?
More stupid.
What are
math.
you looking for a range in particular, Molfin?
Yes, I'm looking
Of
to
course
see if
he
it's
is.
within 90 feet.
Probably right at 90 feet. It'd probably be right on the brink of that number.
What are you doing?
Don't do
It
it.
does look like there are some stone stairs that lead up to it to the front, but
Oh.
they kind of disappear behind a few of those buildings on the other side, and you can't really see where the entrance to those stairs might be.
Instead of throwing a spell at it, should we just go walk and say hi?
Well, there's a chasm in front of us. Not all of us can jump that far.
How far is the chasm?
Kallista, will you trust me?
It's definitely not 5 feet. It's probably more like
Yeah.
between 10 and 15 feet.
Okay,
The wide part down towards the bottom gets to be about as wide as 20 feet.
we can go downstairs and just walk back up. It's not that big of a deal.
The
guys.
conversation's still fresh in her mind. She looks Molfin in where his eyes
Yeah,
should be.
Oh. Ooh, no trust there.
Yes, I'll trust you.
So, oh really?
We just had a huge truth conversation. If this boy's gonna backstab her now, oh boy.
Shall you and I pop in and say hello?
Works for me.
Molfin is going to look at Kallista and cast Reduce to shrink her down to a small creature. So she is now
Why?
gnome
You are
sized.
gnome size. Callista is a gnome.
One of us! One of us!
And with that, Molfin will just hold out his hand to Kallista.
She looks mildly horrified, but takes your hand.
It's a good look for you, Kallista.
She just
And
gives
then-
you the dirtiest look, Lachlan.
Molfin's going to sort of pull her about 10 feet away from the rest of the group, and with a word, Thunderstep,
Hell yeah.
right through the window.
Right through the window. Excellent.
And the minute we pop up, drop concentration on Reduce and Large, so Kallista pops back into regular size.
Okay. As you
Alright.
guys, how does this work? Is it like you throw yourself, or is it like a teleport kind of thing?
It's literally a teleport within
think it's a-
range.
Okay. So you basically
It's like a blink
so you
thing.
kind of like
Yeah.
blink out and then blink into where you're
Yeah.
going. Okay, gotcha.
It's like a minor dimension door, basically, I
Excellent.
think.
Yeah, so as you blink out of this teleport, you guys begin to fall a little bit, maybe about 10 feet or so, but you begin to get caught up in a bunch of thick spider webs.
Great.
Nope. Glad I didn't go.
And you're just, before you even hit the floor, the spider webs, a lot of the loose ones kind of break as you fall. And as Kallista forms into her normal form from the spell of rising back up to her normal height, you comfortably, it's almost like, laying down on a trampoline as you just like lay down in this
Oh, no.
sticky webbing.
Nope.
And
Oh, that's real bad.
it's pitch black inside. Your dark vision allows you to see how far?
120?
60.
Okay. It is pitch dark, so you guys can see dimly inside. It looks as if this whole thing is hollow inside. And
Where?
it seems
Nope,
like
nope.
the parts of the spider represent rooms that might have had walls separating them at one point, but those walls are now laid in rubble inside. And there's a pile of rubble over to your right, a few other piles of rubble, and then you start to notice motion, and you can feel the motion in the webbing. And
I'm like having a
Molfin's gonna look at Kallista a little bit. Maybe this wasn't the greatest idea.
I'd rather be by the petrified purple worm than where they are right now.
Callista's not that bothered by this, to be honest.
Kallista, over your right-hand shoulder, about 20 feet above you, you can hear
No.
this weird sound of, and you turn around and you can see a massive spider. It's
How big?
A giant spider is lurking in the upper corners, just not like coming after you, but just moving
Speak
its
with animals.
legs very slowly. Okay.
From my staff.
Okay. So you cast this spell with your staff. What exactly what exactly are you saying, Kallista?
I noticed you watching us. What are you doing up here?
Hungry.
Ooh.
What do you want to eat?
Whatever is in web. And then, Mulfin, from the top left-hand area, you feel a vibration in the web, and as you look, there's another massive spider up to your opposite. So they're basically on opposite sides of this room, just slowly lurking across the webbing as it slants down towards both of you, towards the center of the room.
Molfin's gonna look at Kallista for a second. Well, does he seem friendly, or...?
They seem hungry.
Molfin's gonna reach deep then, as being concerned, tear open that fabric of reality and wrench a soul from within.
As you're doing this, you hear from behind you somewhere. No, wait! Stop!
Who goes there? I light my hands in flame.
Molfin...
For a dim flame, not just to
Molfin
get more light.
You look behind you. Behind that pile of rubble that you saw when you came into this room, you start to see a figure emerge from behind the rubble. A male figure. Very dark tone flesh. Silvery white hair. Long. Goes down to about the middle of his back. You can see there's a kind of a webbed leather armor almost pasted onto his what looks like a muscular form. And you see him looking right at both of you. Looks up at the two spiders and says, "No. You will eat later. This is not food. These are guests." And the spiders seem to back up slowly, back up in the corners. And that's whenever you notice around the room, there's actually two more of these things lurking behind.
Wow. Shit.
Nope.
And then he looks at you, Kallista, and he says, "You know, you have your mother's eyes."
I don't think anyone was ready for that.
Excuse me a minute.
If y'all could see Molfin's face, he'd have a shocked expression, but... face.
How? Who are you? And I light both my hands in flame.
Okay, you start to see more of the room. It's just covered in webs.
God damn it!
Nice. Nice. They call me Ryld Moonglow. I'm your father, Kallista.
It's really you.
Insight?
Sure.
Because I know she's not going to be in her right mind.
No, I don't think she's inciting. I think she's in shock.
Seems honest, almost fearful. Molfin.
Wolfen's keeping a tight grasp on his staff and just watching at the moment.
You know, I didn't know you'd ever visit the Port of Shadow.
She died waiting for you to come back.
I know.
I waited for you to come back and save me. Where the fuck were you?
It's a lot more complicated than that, dear. I did not mean to abandon your mother. I did not mean to abandon you.
You left me with him. I could have been here this whole time. This place. I could have belonged this whole time.
You do belong, Kallista. You do belong. It is I who don't belong, my dear. And as he says that, he starts to move out from the rubble. And you see a pretty shocking sight. Where his waist stops, spider legs come out from the rubble.
Nope.
And he steps over half the rubble, and his whole lower half of his form is that of a giant spider. Ryld is actually a Drider.
Oh no, Elle! What happened to you?
Let's just say, Loth has very little mercy upon those who disobey her will.
Is this my fault?
No, of course not. Of course
Is
not.
this because you chose Mom?
No, Kallista, no. This is my burden. This is my failure to live with. And I will live with it. I've made it this far. It will be fine. It'll be fine. I've made my way among the spiders. And he looks up and he looks towards his companions, which now you see there are 6.
Ooh.
These creatures are just crawling out of everywhere.
It is so good to see you. I'm sorry it had to be like this.
I'm gonna hug him.
All right, he embraces
I'm running
you.
and hugging him.
He's surprised at first. The sense that you get, he's a little embarrassed to reveal this form to you. But then you feel one of his arms kind of wrap around, and the other one wraps around, and he embraces you in a pretty tight hug. It's okay, my dear. It's okay. And he pats your back a few times.
How long have you been here? How long have you been like this?
I've been like this for several years. Soon after your mother had passed. I haven't always been here. I've been wandering the Underdark. Seeking, well, things.
This is my companion, Muffin.
Hello, Muffin. The name's Ryld.
It is a pleasure.
I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. I know it's not much, but you're welcome to stay.
We have others with us.
Why?
We have others with us that may be.
Hey, thank you so
As
much
we
for the
speak,
subscription. Idiot Tantrum. Thank you so much. Are you muted, Matthew? Are you still talking?
Can y'all not hear me?
Oh, there you go.
Can
I
hear
got
you now?
Now again.
Now I can.
Weird. Oh,
I think
okay.
you just cut out.
Yeah. Muffin will look at Ryld and go, well, we do have others that are with us that, well, Kallista and I took the short road to find entrance here. One would assume that they are probably en route.
Are you guys headed?
Are we?
Are you guys headed en route? Or are you guys sticking around?
Oh man, between the creepy potion dude and the giant spider, I'm very uncomfortable.
I'm actually trying to cast message to tell them, like, hey, what's in there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Who you cast a message to?
Gramps.
Okay. Yeah, you get a message from Lachlan.
Anything good? Any
Muffin-
treasure?
Muffin's gonna send word back. Yes, come.
Guys, there's treasure!
Okay.
The treasure of the family
spiders.
right now.
Muffin's gonna look at Kallista. Lachlan wanted to know what's here, so in order to bring our compatriots here, I told him there was treasure.
I'm pulling out Moby's
Full disclosure.
grappling hook from and I'm like getting it ready to like fire it at this thing.
Okay.
Just go downstairs. No, we're gonna go downstairs.
Yeah,
and
isn't
go
there
around.
stairs that go
Oh, yeah.
into this
Yeah.
thing?
If you went, if you didn't want to jump the chasm there, you could go down
Yeah,
one
I'm gonna
level,
do that.
go across, and then back up, and it's kind of a haphazard way of organizing a city, but it's what they.
Yeah, I'll take that route
Okay.
and not the grappling hook.
So it'll.
Diana, you do what you want.
I will take the stairs.
Okay, so
Okay.
as
See
the-
y'all up there, slow pokes.
So Lachlan blasts the grappling hook. He goes flying through one of the windows and wraps around a bunch. It gets stuck in a pile of rubble inside. And all of a sudden, Lachlan comes shooting through the window into a bunch of spider. Lachlan, you got spider web in your mouth, all through your hair.
Oh,
Ow! Ah!
And you go rolling across the floor, just dust-covered floor. And
please message us and tell us not to come.
and you bump into Mulfin and Kallista standing there in the center of the room.
Muffin doubled over, laughing hysterically.
No.
My dear, is this one with you as well?
What?
Yeah. He is.
Uh,
He's a handful.
Backing up a little.
It's nice to make your acquaintance. I'm Ryld Moonglow. And he holds out his hand towards you, Lachlan. He's massive compared to you.
Yeah. Hi.
Lachlan, you take notice he has a rapier sheathed on his belt line. Also looks like he has some maybe a scimitar or a short sword on the other side. Intricate woven web-like leather armor that he's wearing.
I like the armor. I'll extend one of my web-gloved hands. Because I think I've got my cool gloves, right?
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
He shakes your hand. He's like, oh, where did you get these?
Hey, here and there. I like your style.
I like the gloves. It seems that they're a little sticky. Do they allow you to do interesting things? They feel like they have some kind of arcane nature to them.
That's the truth. You all seem like you're pretty well acquainted here. You're all.
Diana, do we have to go up the stairs to the giant spider now? Because I really don't want to.
I'll just, grab Ashland's hand gently and I'll be like, I think we have to.
I have severe arachnophobia. Just being this close near the statue makes me want to throw myself off the edge.
I cast command and I tell her to come with me.
Make a wisdom save, Ashley.
I was not expecting that.
And so Diana joins the dark side.
Oh, she fails. So Diana says, "Come," and Ashlyn's like, "Yes, ma'am."
No, gentle. It's less like command and more of like a strong suggestion.
Well, remember, command is a one-word statement, so it has to be.
Oh.
It has to.
So it's come.
It's come.
Could it be
or
please?
follow, or something like that.
Oh,
It has to be like a
okay.
one-word command that can easily be followed.
Am I aware of this?
Yes, you are, and it also helps that all of a sudden, as you guys are having this conversation, that one of those green flaming skulls starts floating about 10 feet away from both of you and starts going,
Oh, dear Jesus. I need an elevator.
I just drag her along faster. Like, let's go.
Can I just throw myself off the cliff?
No!
I think I could take the fall damage.
Yeah, but she said come. You can't jump.
Okay, I'm following,
So you're following.
And all the
you're
while, I'm like, I'm sorry.
I'm starting to have a panic attack.
Oh, no! Oh, what the... Oh, where's Kallista's pipe when he needs it?
Yeah, I was actually just gonna get to that in a minute because it's not mine. It's his.
So we'll go back to in the spider. It'll take Diana and Ashlyn just a few more minutes to get there. So whatever you guys want to do before they arrive, this is your opportunity.
This only lasts 6 seconds, so I'm running the opposite way.
Yeah, after going up about 10 steps, Ashlyn turns right back around and starts going back down the steps.
I try to grapple her. I'm like,
The minute you turn around, you hear and that green light cascading from that terrible skull.
I hate this place so much. Oh gosh.
Me too.
Are we underneath the spider yet?
You're kind of you probably are at the probably you see on the far right where the arrow says 2, you probably can see 2L and then mid.
Yeah.
That's probably the steps that you guys are coming up. So you're not underneath the spider, but you're gonna approach it pretty quickly from that side.
Okay.
Kallista, Lachlan, and Amulfin, back to you with Kallista, did you want it pronounced Ryld or Ryld?
Ryld.
Ryld, okay. Just wanted to double check.
Yep.
So Morphin's going to lean over towards Lachlan just a little bit, trying to stay out of the Kallista show, so to speak, and be like, in Gnomish, be polite, make no sign. It is her father.
In common. What?
So much for decorum.
Do they look alike at all? Like, yes.
Yes, they both have the massive hindquarters of a spider.
I mean, when I wild shape, sure, there is some resemblance when I wild shape.
In Gnomish, you guys hear, "It is okay. I understand how one must feel. To look upon me. It is frightening. It is a curse."
Morphin will quickly turn to Kallista and in common. My apologies, my dear. I was attempting to advise Lachlan in Gnomish of his relation to spare any. reaction.
All your passive...
Apparently that failed, and your father speaks Gnomish.
All of your passive insights tell you that he isn't really bothered by it. It didn't affect him.
Wow, Kallista must have got her personality from her mother.
Wow.
Did I say that out loud?
And about this time, you start to hear the scutter of footsteps. Diana and Ashlyn, as you go up the footsteps lead right into the mouth of the spider. Like right in between the mandibles that extend. And you can see this dark doorway that leads up, these stone steps that were crumbled on the edges at times. It looks like it was built a long time ago.
I'm giving Diana my hand, and I'm literally going like this up the entire way, because I do not want to be there.
Alright.
I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it easier for you. I just don't know how.
And Diana, as soon as you pull her through the door, you notice. You see your friends across the room with a dark elf, but has the bottom hindquarters of a spider. And you also see these glaring eyes of these other large spiders just start to look towards the door as you guys walk in.
Are we okay? Are we there?
Yeah, just keep that there.
Oh.
Just don't look. That's it. That's it, Ashlyn. Just don't look.
It's okay, Ashlyn.
What's wrong, Kallista?
Nothing's wrong. No one's gonna hurt you.
Yeah, but she's very scared.
I know.
She has arachnophobia.
Oh.
Yeah. So the fact that I got her up here is a feat.
She had to tackle me a couple times.
Yeah, a couple times. There was also Flaming Skull that helped. I don't know.
Yeah, that Flaming Skull was really creepy. Okay.
Okay.
Do I see the giant?
Yeah, Kallista's standing pretty close to him.
Standing pretty close. The Lachlan and Molfen don't seem to. They don't have weapons drawn. They don't seem to be in any sort of danger.
Is there
from what you can gather?
Is there a family resemblance that I can immediately pick up on, or am I just too distracted by Spider-Man?
Make a wow. What kind of check would that be? Just go. We'll call it perception. Yeah, let's make a perception check.
Is it safe to look?
There is a bit of a resemblance. You see some of the same kind of you do see the same kind of facial features at points. This individual has some red eyes. Some deep red eyes. The hair is like a silvery white. It's white, but it almost glistens with any little bit of light that seems to resonate in the room, which is not much. It's very dark in here. I don't know if Kallista.
I have my flaming hands.
So that light that's.
Is no going to look yet? Are the spiders gone?
No, they're not.
I presume these are more comrades.
Yes.
Hey, yo, Kallista, is that your cousin?
Hello, Mr. Man.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Indeed. No, Diana, this is my father.
Your father!
Ashlyn screams out and quickly hides her eyes. It is okay. It is okay. I understand. It is scary to see. I know. You don't need to be afraid. My name is Ryld Moonglow. You are welcome here, pointing to Ashlyn. Calm yourself, child. It is okay.
Okay. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How?
Nice to hear.
It's okay. You can relax.
Okay.
My friends, and he looks around all the spiders. They will not hurt you.
Oh Jesus! There's more of them.
Does it look like
I better just not mention it at all. That's pretty not there, but he mentions them, so.
does it look like she's having a complete panic attack?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh no.
This is
Malfa-
why I wish
Malfa's
Anna's.
gonna
Yeah.
start.
Anastasius
I wish
cast
Anna's-
calm emotions
Yeah.
from the
Oh, wait.
other worlds.
Yeah.
The afterlife.
Malfa's gonna start walking towards Ashlyn. Ashlyn, my dear, Ashlyn,
Yes.
I need you to calm down and relax. You will feel
Relax.
fine if you just listen to my voice.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast Gaze on her. I need you to make
You
a wisdom
would.
save.
Oh my god. I'll automatically fail it. Okay. Alright. Okay. Hi, Ryld. This is great. Your friends are great. They look really cuddly.
Well, I assure you they are not very cuddly, but
Good.
they will not hurt you.
Good.
How does Kallista look in all of this? Does she look like she's...
Shell shocked.
Yeah.
It's almost like she's got a disconnect, like she's almost disassociating, like she's not really here.
Kallista, you okay?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Were you expecting this?
No. I mean, I waited for you for so long, and I hadn't the first place of idea where to start looking for you, so no, I don't think I'd ever find him.
Well, yeah, you did. This is incredible. This is great.
I am sorry, my dear. I didn't want you to see what happened. I didn't want you to see me like this.
You could have written a letter.
True.
But
I didn't want Kallista to come looking for me. I didn't
Why
want
not?
I didn't want to put you in danger, my dear.
Are we in danger here?
No, actually. You all, looks at all of you, are probably the best thing for Kallista.
Oh.
Well, I won't argue with that.
Lachlan, my goodness.
Well, we love
Did
her.
Brock come up with you guys? Is he here?
I'm assuming so.
Brock walked in and said, "Nope," and he walked right back out. And you just hear him as he's walking down the steps. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it again. Not this time. I'm gonna go hide somewhere.
Okay.
Muffin's gonna call out the door to him. I can put you on a spear if you'd like.
That doesn't sound entirely too bad.
Step back in the room then.
No. He just continues to walk away. And you just hear him kind of his footsteps get softer and softer as he goes down the steps.
Smart guys.
I'm going to pull out my pipe and hand it to him.
I recognize this. You've had it all this
Mom.
time.
Mom gave it to me.
Yeah.
She wanted me to give it to you if you ever came back.
You know what, Kallista? And he looks at the pipe. I want you to keep it. As a token of my love for you,
Oh.
my daughter.
I'm not gonna lose you again.
You don't.
Well, now we know where he is, and we can visit whenever we want.
He kind of smiles over to Ashlyn. Well, dear, I'm not here all the time, but this is a place of refuge for me.
Where else do you go?
Oh, I travel the Underdark.
Oh. That's scary too. Good for you. You sound brave.
Have you been to the Underdark, young Ashley?
No, I haven't in person.
You haven't?
But
Oh,
maybe I should.
it is.
Learning
It
experience.
can be a terrible place.
Oh,
Must always be on your guard.
okay.
You never know what lurks in the deepest of all of Toril.
Oh, okay, I'll put that away for a rainy day.
Are you happy like this? Is there a cure?
He kind of looks down, not really looking at you, and then slowly looks back up Kallista towards. It's almost as if he's just looking to the side, not really facing you as he's talking about this. The only cure I know is death. And I don't choose that quite yet. I would rather I would rather have revenge first.
I was gonna say, do you know the name of the wizard? Because Kallista would probably, smoke him up and...
Already thinking about it. Already
want
thinking
revenge.
about it.
Your daughter is.
Well, if
The Raven Queen's already on my list. What's Loth too?
you desire the Raven Queen,
Oh
I
yeah.
forgot we were after Loth, that she double god.
I don't hate Loth, but I don't follow her. I don't worship her. Not because she made me like this. I hate our true family ties and what they stand for. You see, Kallista, my last name is not really Moonglow. It is Zorarlan.
Would any of us recognize that name?
Make a history check.
How do you spell that?
It's it's XOR. Let me double check.
I'm learning about her past, guys.
Oh, XORLARRIN. Zorlaren. Zorlaren. You see, I've been watching. I'm no longer accepted in drow society, so I lurk from the shadows. Me and my friends. He looks around all his spiders. With all of our eyes, I know exactly where everyone is at all times. These aren't my only friends. I can speak to all spiders.
Oh,
I command legions.
oh, good. Can you tell them not to bother me ever?
The ones that are under my sway, absolutely, Ashlyn.
Yay! Thank you. You're the best.
Molfin, surprisingly enough, in some of your literature, this family is a member of the High Council of Drow. And they're famous for the slavery.
Oh.
But also, what they're most famous for is trying to start up a new drow settlement in the Underdark, near the Dwarven citadel of Gauntlgrim.
Sounds like from my literature that they were not successful.
From your literature, you know that in your literature would probably be a little bit outdated from what you know of the world. they were successful from your literature, but this place still... the dwarves and the drow continue to war over this place. Like, they've moved in and they've settled in, but not really have settled, you know what I mean? It's kind of like they're pushing
The neighbors are still
forward.
trying to take 'em out.
Yep, they're still trying to take them out. And it's this constant, hey, the dwarves push from above, the drow push from below. And it's just this battering ram back and forth between this Zorlin family and what is now King Brunner Battlehammer of Gauntlgrim. And you would also know, Molfin, that there is an epic forge, a famous forge, deep within that dwarven city.
Nice.
That was used as just a way to mass produce weapons, armor, anything that you could imagine. This forge was hot enough to be able to melt the most difficult metals and to forge them into whatever they wanted.
Well, I'm just going to sort of look at Kallista and just say, well, some things are slightly more clear now.
What's that supposed to mean?
Shall I say, and with a very pointed look at Ryld, I have read some of your father's family. And do they still war with the dwarves?
Indeed they do. They are foolish, but they will soon have the upper hand, I'm afraid. You see, my brother, Drac, also a powerful drow mage. He's been sent on an expedition by the matron mother. You see, within the forge under Gauntlgrim lies an ancient titan. You see, the reason this forge is so powerful is because Majera the Dawn Titan, made of pure flame and fire, resides within the forge. Drac's mission is simple. They've allied themselves with the fire giants of the north, and they plan to steal the Dawn Titan from the forge and give it over to the fire giants of Iron Slag.
Okay, I just got confused.
Wonderful.
So King Brunner is planning on doing this?
No,
his
No.
family.
Oh, his family.
The drow family wants to send their mage,
Brunner
my uncle.
Battlehammer was the dwarf king who tried to reestablish dwarven rule over Gauntlgrim and has taken over the basic, the majority of the citadel, but the drow of the Zorlin family are still trying to start their city basically underneath it. So it's this constant battle on who owns the rights to this place, and it seems like the dwarves have the upper hand right now, but it seems like there is a plan in place to make an alliance between the Zorlin family and the fire giants of the north. That if they do a favor for them, perhaps the fire giants might be able to help the Zorlin family out.
Well, isn't that just wonderful? Now we have to deal with the potential for these fire giants to obtain a massive titan of flame.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad.
Work with the world well.
I've heard stories that to look upon the titan is to melt away and out of existence. The fires are so hot, there's just nothing left.
That sounds crummy.
The dwarves and the drow both respect and fear the Dawn Titan, but know of its power. In something like this, something to aid the fire giants in this way, could tilt the balance.
Even more than it's already out of work.
What if we don't want anyone to have a fire titan under their control? That sounds like the best plan.
It was locked away deep within the earth for centuries. The dwarves dug too deep.
As they would.
It seems in every story the dwarves dig too deep.
Always dig too deep. Stop digging.
Stupid dwarves and they're digging. Stop mining, dwarves.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those pesky dwarves that are digging.
So, what do you eat around here?
What do you eat around here?
Yeah, I want to ask him.
Okay. He looks around and sees the spiders just patiently waiting, and it seems like they're just waiting around the room. There are some cocoons of wrapped up webbing in different places. Looks like various sizes. You're not sure what was in those. A couple of them seem to be rather large humanoid size.
I want to see their deer. There's nice, safe venison.
We travel to the surface at some times to have some venison.
That's good. Venison's very good.
I'm afraid that was a bugbear that got lost a few nights ago.
That's fine. Okay. Do you want some jerky? I think we got some jerky.
I have these seeds that seem to grow magical fruit plants, if you'd like.
Arcane seeds?
Yes, I planted one outside of a statue of some giants a ways back, and it grew some magical fruit.
It grew magical fruit. May I see one of these?
Certainly. Hand him one of the magic beans.
He was asking. He wanted it. Oh no, the fruit. Do you have the fruit?
Oh. Would they still be good?
How long has it been? Probably not.
You guys all ate one. I did not.
Right, I've still got marked in my.
There was still a few left, but I don't know if they're still good.
And of those, 7 were marked as arcane.
Yeah. Let me.
Okay.
Where's my?
And it was back when the blue dragon died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I didn't want to touch anything yet.
That was a while.
Stupid blue dragon. I hate that blue dragon.
That is literally when.
I forgot about that. I hate
when
that.
we met the airship.
I think there was a special thing in here about those.
I wanted a kobold skull. Wears a hat like Harshnag.
We just haven't found a kobold yet.
We have. There's some around, but I don't want to offend them by taking their skulls out of their heads.
Oh wait, it's lasts for 30 days.
Oh.
So, I think it
Some of the
would
fruit
still
might
be
be good.
okay. Yeah, I would say the non-magical fruit probably rotted away, but the magical pieces.
That's right, 7 magical fruit.
Aren't they the ones that you get something good or else you explode in your stomach?
No, I believe those were the eggs.
Yeah, those are the eggs.
Okay.
Pull out and hand him one of the fruit.
Okay, he looks at it. Yes, I can feel its energy. And he hands it back to you. I'm once a practitioner of the arcane myself. I still know some of my old tricks, but Loth seems to have stripped most of that away from me in my transformation. You see how
You got taller.
That's quite rude.
I did.
Yeah.
I did get taller. That is correct.
Yeah.
He looks and he points over to a table in the corner, Molfin, that's just strewn with looks like beakers and glass bottles and corks, and it looks like different components and herbs and just things scattered across the table. Looks like a mess. I've tried to find other ways to explore my previous hobbies, but it's all seemed to have failed.
Is there a spell or something that would remove this from you?
I don't believe so, Ashlyn. I just hope that one day, when I pass on, that I look upon Alishre in her dancing form as she glides across the moonlight. Maybe one day she will take me to dance with her. And I shall see my love once again.
Oh.
My dear Erica. I miss her.
I miss her too.
She saved my life when she didn't have to.
I know. She told me the story.
I owe her mine.
So what revenge are you looking for then?
I'm gonna stop Drac.
Oh.
He already has the Dawn Titan in his possession.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I may not be able to stop the transaction, but I may be able to make him pay for it. It just seems I'm a little too late. Who knows? Maybe if I can get my hands on the Dawn Titan itself, maybe I can just take it right down to their little messed up city and unleash the hell upon it. And he just gets a little smirk on his face.
Kallista smirks too, because that sounds like something she would do.
Yes.
Would that
Is anyone
not
else
result in your demise as...
Is anyone else concerned about genocide?
Okay, yes, thank you. That was exactly what my insight check was for. I wanted to insight him and see if he was like, you know, like a complete wackadoodle and like gonna slowly kill us all.
He's not. Well, that an insight check is good. There is a little bit of truth to what he said, Diana, but you see that it would take his, for some reason, he seems to have maintained control of his will pretty well, even through this transformation. Most Driders actually go completely crazy and just almost turn into, like, they're not much more than a spider. Like, they look like a man, but they're not much left of a man. Or woman. Most of the time it's a man that gets
Usually
transformed,
it's males, yeah.
because most of the time the women are the ones who end up cursing, you know, putting the men into these situations where they get cursed.
Aha!
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's very matriarch dominant.
But your notion is he could if he was pushed to that, but if he didn't have to, he wouldn't. He's not afraid to die if it means getting his revenge. Because then he'll have both things that he wants. He'll have the revenge that he seeks. And then he'll be able to carry on.
Did you say he was cursed?
Bless you. Yes, he was cursed.
Thank you.
It is a divine curse of Loth. But I don't think it's like, I don't think you could just cast remove curse and he's whole again. I don't think it works that way.
But, yeah. And, yep. Kallista's used to that word being thrown around with her, so.
Which word? We've learned a lot of words today.
My grandfather said I was the curse that killed her.
That's so evil.
Can we kill your grandfather?
One day.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He's on my
She said
list.
one day.
Alright, I'm done with that.
Kallista, your mother's family, they just didn't understand.
Parents just don't understand.
They didn't understand.
You're right.
Or grandparents. Still not nice, though.
She was
But I'll
not.
make them understand.
She wasn't like them. She was different.
She was too good for them.
Different they all.
It's always the good ones, isn't it, Kallista?
Seems that way.
Yeah.
You have your list, I have mine.
He smirks a
Is
little
that a
bit.
family thing?
He must run in the family.
Yeah.
So what will you all do? Looks around at the room and everybody gathered and...
Try to overcome my fear of spiders. You were actually very nice.
We have a date with a storm giant at some point.
A storm giant?
Yes, a lovely little cretin, that is. Well, has plans to meet that end.
We have a funeral in a few days still.
I mean, we have
Funeral first.
A funeral for whom?
a fallen friend of Kallista.
A
The
friend
one that
of
helped me
ours.
escape.
Friend of ours.
Oh. I see. I'm so sorry. You know, I've lost a few of my friends recently too, and he looks around at the spiders.
Oh.
They listen very well, but sometimes they get too close.
How did you know it was me?
Well, let me just say I knew you would be coming. A mutual friend came to see me.
You met Anna.
I have.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
He knew you would want to find me. But he also respected my wishes. You know, Kallista, I'm so embarrassed. Look at me. I'm a monster. Did you see how Ashlyn reacted to me when she walked into the room and saw me? How do you think...
Could have been just the webs.
How do you think I would have felt if you would have seen me and did the same thing?
I understand better than most, Dad. I've dealt with that my whole life. My whole life I was told I was a curse, that I didn't belong, that I was the cause that Mom died. You really think that I would treat you the same way they treated me? No. Never.
Sorry I screamed at you.
I will make them burn.
When you put it that way, it doesn't sound so nice
You actually
either.
see-
Revenge is a better word than making them burn. Too.
You see a tear fall from his eye and trickle down his cheek. And drips off of his chin.
Hmm.
Being here, regardless of how you look, would have been better than the years I spent there. That was your mistake.
You can see that he's another... You can see both eyes crying now. And he just...
Oh.
Looking towards you and he's...
I would have been happy here.
Listen, I've made lots of mistakes. You and your mother were the greatest thing for me. You were never one of those. I will do what I can to make it up to you, Kallista. I'm just glad you're here. And that you don't hate me for being a monster.
You're not a monster. The one that did you to is.
You know Anna loved you.
You know. Who's the first one outside of Mom, too?
And I know that he's no longer here. But he told me that he would willingly give his life to make sure that you were safe.
When I get him back, I'm gonna kill him myself.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Kallista's like,
Resurrection, Moonbeam Stranglehold.
Yes!
Can I
What were you
please-
thinking?
Can I please request that we ensure that the cleric has diamonds this time?
Yes, we need.
Yes, we need to
Is
do
Yes,
Lachlan
there's a lot of
big
different
enough?
spell components that need to go into the main area for.
Is Lachlan's diamond big enough?
Hey.
Never mind.
Depends who you ask.
Oh,
Sorry, I almost let that slip on stream.
So good.
I'm so embarrassed. No, I meant.
Yes,
300 gold.
Lachlan's diamond would probably be big enough.
Oh, Ilmater.
I'm sorry, I'll stop.
Hilarious. How many diamonds do you guys have?
No, we have one.
I guess.
Lachlan has one.
So
The
I
one
guess
in
we
the
just have
necklace?
the one.
Oh.
Because we used the other ones on Dorn.
Yes.
Every other diamond we've
My
had
bad.
to save ourselves.
Say
went
Dorn,
to Dorn.
yeah.
I think all diamonds need to come out of the Diana portion of this. Sell the dragon.
Yeah.
bits.
Or your like fund at the church.
As everyone is
Yeah.
falling unconscious, everybody's just like,
Now that I think about it,
Damn it,
Dorn still owes Kallista money for this job, so maybe he can just pay us in a diamond that he used. She says out loud.
How much were you supposed to get paid?
Like 50 or something?
5,000.
50,000? Or
Well,
50?
okay, the initial price was just to get you guys there and back to Nightstone. But that clearly didn't end there.
69
so
episodes
tour,
later. She still hasn't gotten
How long
paid.
has it been? A whole year?
I still haven't gotten paid. Dorn still owes me money, so he can chip in for a diamond.
Oh, I think I know how Dorn can pay off his debts.
God. God damn it.
I don't like that. don't like-
I don't...
Yay!
Dad, I don't know if you can, but his funeral's in 3 days' time. If you can find a way to be there, I would appreciate it, but...
You have a hat.
Does that hide that?
It could, right? But it would... I'm not sure.
How does this guy's work? That would it work?
It would work, but he would need a wide berth because people would be bumping into him,
He
right?
would, yeah. I mean, look at him. Here's a picture of a Drider in the monster manual. So look how wide.
Oh. Well, we'll just flank him.
Give like a wide circle.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Make him look like a rather obese
Yes.
half ogre.
Sure.
What does the spell?
That's not
What does the
scary.
spell Freedom of Movement do? Does anybody have that spell?
Yes. Oh my god. I
You
took
can't
it
be stuck.
because you can't be stuck, you can't drown, you can't, like, be petrified, because I was petrified for 2 episodes, so I took it.
So it doesn't prevent you from, like...
No, prevents you, yes.
Well, it prevents you from having those, like, status effects, right? Is that what it does mainly?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I was
unaffected
thinking,
by terrain, spells can neither reduce speed nor cause target to be paralyzed or restrained.
He has the capabilities of being able to cast that, so I would say as a dungeon master, he could use the hat and then cast that spell and make it to where people aren't actually bumping into him. They're almost like just going through the form that they can't see.
Huh.
Interesting.
Sort of like tap dance and spider legs, just...
Right.
Exactly, yeah.
He's walking nice and calm, and in the meantime, he's...
That's it.
Yep.
Would that be detected in the city or anything?
Anytime you cast magic in the city, there's always the possibility. And especially with this many people going to be gathered in one place, there's always the risk. It's whether or not you want to take it.
Well, we could sneak him up and position him somewhere that no one might look, like another mausoleum, and he could watch from there.
It's possible. You guys know, too, that there may not be as many people in the actual City of the Dead. It's going to be kind of like a parade through the streets.
Yeah, it's like a procession till you get to this.
Till we get to the gates. There still will be people inside, but there's just not enough room to have like a massive lining of like procession that way. So it'll mainly be, you know, people who were closest to Anna and, you know, people who have been impacted by him or things like that, maybe in the City of the Dead itself.
Maybe that's why we should put him in the mausoleum, because there'll be less people there.
But then when they open the mausoleum to lay him to rest...
No, not that mausoleum. Another mausoleum that's kind of overlooking everything.
Perhaps.
So he can at least be there, you know?
It's just an idea. I just know that if you knew him, he would probably want you there.
Well, he'd want everyone there.
Well, yeah.
I haven't been to the surface in quite a while, but for Anna, I'd be willing to risk it.
Okay.
Not too long, though.
Of course. Thank you.
Yes, my dear.
Diana.
Hello.
You have the hat.
You put it
You
on.
putting it on yourself, or are you putting it on him?
I thought that you told me that I had the hat, so I
You
put
have
it
the
on
hat of
myself.
disguise.
Diana just pulls it out and puts it on her head.
Give it to Molfin, and then he.
When did I get this?
Because I gave it to you to give to Molfin, and Molfin said no, so you took it back.
Oh yeah.
Technically, Molfin gave it to me from the lady. I gave it to Kallista.
Give it to me, and then I gave it to Diana, and then Diana gave it to Molfin. Molfin gave it back to Diana.
Molfin's just going to mage hand, take it off her head, and hand it to her father.
Okay. Well, thank you.
With this withered old man hand, just...
So basically, the hat of disguise just lets you cast disguise self, correct? Is that
At will, yeah.
At will,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. So he looks at it. I can feel the arcane energy coming from this hat, this object. It's kind of dusty. He knocks a little bit of dust off of it.
Never use it.
Yeah.
And yeah. So you said in 3 days.
Yes.
So should I meet you there, or should we come up with some other plan?
I think we should come down and get him, because then he'll have like an escort.
Yeah, I would come get you.
Maybe.
Perhaps meet him at the entrance.
Yes, that's a better idea.
Into.
Yeah.
For it took us a while to get down here. If he makes it there,
Mm-hmm.
you can meet him. what we should also do is set up an area outside of the city to meet.
I have
Should things
access.
go down.
I have access to areas outside of the city through some cave systems that I can make my way through.
Oh, okay.
You say somewhere outside of the, I don't know, the southern gate?
Sure.
Kallista, do you think southern or is northern possible? We have the potential to need to head north.
Northern's possible.
Northern will take me a little bit more time, but I can access it, yes.
Then, Kallista, perhaps you should meet him at these northern caves.
I can
As
do
a
that.
group, we will need to find a location, a centralized location outside the city, should things begin to happen. My thought is, if we need to aid your father in getting away from there unnoticed,
Yes.
I can make a scene and step into the ethereal plane and be gone. But I would not be able to return to you within the city. But we can discuss that at another point. That is, for if anyone was to discover your father's true identity there, we would need some sort of scene to draw attention away.
We're good at that.
Oh, my dear boy, there are none better.
Blowing up ships, no big deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ain't nobody out there can't make a scene like Molfin.
Yeah.
Of course, he'll never be able to set foot in Waterdeep again, but hey!
Yes, he will with the hat of disguise.
Ryld,
Which, Ryld will have.
Ryld just takes a final moment to just brush what was left over the tears from his face, and it looks down towards you, Kallista. Takes his hand and kind of just picks up your chin just the slightest bit to look up at him just a little, just for a moment, and looks into your eyes and says, "You know, you have so much of your mother in you. You are fierce, you are strong. Don't ever forget, your mother's kindness lies within you as well. The same kindness that saved my life."
I think she's just gonna hug him again.
As you're hugging, he kisses the top of your head.
Oh.
As he's embracing you one more time. Yeah.
Don't.
You ruined it.
Yeah.
As a large spider just starts to tap on Ashlin's shoulder.
What?
Nice elf.
It has a saddle on it.
Yeah?
It does.
That's nice.
She's like, yeah, no.
Ashlyn, I believe it would like you to ride it.
Oh, that would be too much, right? I'm still calm, but I can still be declining the offer.
Hey, you are calm and chill for 30 days,
Oh
man.
my god.
30 days.
30 days that spell lasts.
Wow.
So do I have to be cool around the spiders, like, the entire time?
Cool around the spiders.
Well, at least you're not panic attacking around the spiders.
Yeah.
That's true.
According
Well,
to the spell,
There's a difference between being cool around them and being
And
willing to ride
comfortable.
one upside down.
Yeah,
the wall.
yeah.
You're just sort of chill. It doesn't bug you.
Okay.
Bug.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Thanks. But no thanks.
That is my friend Veneer.
Oh, Veneer. He seems very...
Oh my
pleasant.
god, Veneer. Ow.
He used to have a drow rider until Veneer rebelled.
Good for him. He should live his life the way he wants.
Ryld kind of smiles a little bit as he's still embracing Kallista. It's like, he chose me instead.
Nice. You're a nice fellow. That's why. Well, I'm glad you're not under drow rulership, because that would be bad. Good for you. Veneer. Alright. I'm gonna leave.
Okay. Ashlyn walks
I
out.
think I'm cool. Nice to see you, Ryld. I'll see you soon, and I'm gonna go find Brock. In a tavern, preferably, as we drink more sherry.
Goodbye, Ashlyn. Be careful. Ryld says to you.
Hey, thank you.
Looks at all of you and says, thank you for taking care of my daughter.
She's kind of the one that takes care of us.
That doesn't surprise me. But
Surprises me.
she needs others. She needs people like you.
We do our best.
Because she is not an outcast. She never was. Never will be.
Not anymore.
Wolfen is going to start walking away and just look back and say, no, now she is a minion.
Wolfen walks out.
Half a mind to just stay here.
Wolfen sort of waits at the door waiting for the curse and...
Dad, I'm moving in. She
Yeah.
throws her stuff
Bye.
down. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. We appreciate that.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I missed the name. I apologize.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Eidrich. Well, I shouldn't say Mr. Eidrich Blast.
Yes.
Eldritch Blast!
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch.
Blast. Nice. I love it.
What is this, Sunday? Blah, 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 blah.
Yes, that's exactly Sunday. Y'all do this.
I would actually,
Yes, thanks for the thanks for the bits for Eldritch Blast. I love it. Thank you guys.
I'm gonna give him one of my earrings.
Aw.
Okay, what does it look like?
This one probably looks kind of like a star shape.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because like she has the dangling half moon, but she does have like stars and just studs that go up the one side of her ear. So she would take the star and give it to him. So if she needs to find him, she
Okay.
can at least focus on that to find him.
Okay. Yeah, he grabs it. Oh, I have something for you. And he skitters across the floor to that table that was sitting on the far side of the room, and he shuffles through some components, brushing some things onto the floor. One of the glass beaker bottles falls and shatters onto the floor beside him. I thought it was... there it is. And he picks up... looks to be some type of necklace. And he skitters back across the floor over towards you and hands
Anything
out...
that skitters. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a skittering, a very large, spidery skitter. And he holds out his hand, and it looks like it just has a leather like necklace strap. It looks like it might have had like a silver chain at some point, but that chain might have broken and he tried to fix it or something like that. But it looks like there's a silver symbol that's dangling from it, and it looks like a female figure of dark complexion that has this long silver hair that kind of wraps around her. She looks naked, but the hair is covering all the, like, you know, the PG-13 kind of stuff, you know, as it's covering. And you can see she's holding this massive sword above her head, and it looks like she's in a dancing formation with a crescent moon that is in the background of it.
Pretty cool.
And he looks at you and he says that Illustre will guide you if you choose to dance. And he hands this to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my dear.
I'll find you.
I will see you in just a few days.
Okay. And I begrudgingly follow White.
As you're walking away, he winks and says, "Take care of your friends," and smiles.
I roll my eyes and follow.
Oh, he's being a dad already.
And you can see that as you're walking, he kind of walks away, and it looks like one of the spiders walks up to him, and he starts to pet one of the spiders, running his hand back from the head back over its body of its form. And that's where we're gonna go ahead and take our break for the evening, because we're at 9:41.
Michael!
Oh, things have gotten interesting tonight.
What the heck, even?
I was expecting a fight. I was not expecting this is your family.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah, that
shocker.
was crazy.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
He's a Drider! Oh! I have
Yeah.
so many feels and conflictions, and I couldn't RP. I was like, I'm broken!
This is why when you write character backstories, when you say, "I don't know much about my father," the DM goes, "Yes, I love
Oh, I got got! I got got!
this." No, honestly, this is the best way to make I think it works well because it surprises you as a player too, and it helps
I'm
you
so
to
shook.
like just the improv that you can have in those different situations.
I'm gonna write like a specific background for my mom and dad. They are plain farmers that don't do anything.
They
for
don't
fun.
have spider legs, it's fine.
No, but I encourage those of you who are watching or
love
those of you who
this.
hang out in D&D, don't write an elaborate write a backstory, but don't get too specific, because I feel like that limits
Yeah.
the story a little bit, and
Yeah.
For sure.
it limits your dungeon master. It's a lot easier for your dungeon master to include backstory things into a campaign if you keep it generalized. Because
Yes.
then, you never know what you guys can weave together as a story.
Yeah.
Can be
This
This is a
amazing.
Mystic Hour topic and a half,
Is
huh?
it?
Oh.
Well, we came to Storm King's Thunder and Mystic Hour broke out.
No, I love this. I'm so shook. Like, I felt like my whole body went hot and cold. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do I do?
Awesome. Well, guys, what I'm
I
going to
love
do tonight is, since that video was just so epic, and I'm not sure that everybody that was tuning in to us on
Yeah.
Twitch saw that video that I showed at the beginning of the episode, I'm going to show that same video for Tabletop Legends again, just because it's just that good. If you want to check out some more of their stuff, they have a Facebook page. You can check out Tabletop Legends on Facebook. But don't forget, this coming Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Tabletop Legends is going to be live with their launch, and they're giving away some of these awesome prizes. So check these out. It's going to be amazing. So we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes for part 2 of tonight's episode. See you guys in a couple.
Sharkarino here for Tabletop Legends. Well, I'm here with my business associate
Salman.
and our other business associate. Our other business associate, Barry here. I told you to bring your cousin. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, so we're here to tell you about the wonderful prizes that Tabletop Legends is going to be giving away on their first episode. So, the first thing up we got is, Barry, you want to hand me the first item?
Which one is it?
It's that one right there.
Okay.
All right, so
Here it is.
All right, so as Barry is showing you, we got these lovely dice.
Dice?
Yeah, dice. I said that, Barry. All right, so yeah, we got these lovely dice. Look at that. That's a nice red. It's got some gold flakes in there. You can lie to people, tell them it's real gold. They won't know. People are stupid nowadays. And this one, look at this. This is, well, Barry, we'll fix that before you get it. So that's great. The next item we got up is this lovely lovely Tabletop Legends poster. It's on nice glassy. You want to hold that? Yeah, it's on this nice glossy paper. You know, that's not the cheap stuff. We went all out on this poster. That is some high quality paper right there. And over here you got your signatures. That's signed by the whole cast. I don't know where Barry went. Barry has wandered off the set. I hope he's not getting into the dog food again. Our next item, this is one of my favorite items. It's this lovely mug. Look at that. You drink it, and when you're walking around town, you're like, hey, you know, everybody loves their grandma. I love my grandma and everything.
Oh, it broke real bad, Shark.
Pick up the best of it.
There's a lot of pieces
Pick up the. We gotta move on to the next item. Of that.
Shark, I cut myself real bad on the mug.
Oh,
it seems to be
I
bleeding
think it's one of those things where like
Shark,
it's just a little cut and it's a lot of blood.
I feel like I'm
Just,
a little lightheaded.
I think you should. Sorry, folks, we broke the mug. That's on us. Yeah, you won't get the mug.
Do you think Barry is smart enough to sue? That we're gonna have to. I mean, he might bleed out.
Yeah, I don't know.
My
brother's a lawyer. Maybe.
I can't go back to prison.
I'm back, Shark.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, good. How's your hand?
It's good. I found a paper towel and some Scotch tape.
All right. That looks like you used paper towel. But okay, we'll get to that. Anyway,
it was in the trash.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So the last item we're gonna do, we're gonna move all the broken pieces of this out of the way, and look at that. Oh, I threw it on myself, but you know, when you have your own copy, you can throw it on yourself too. Who cares? Okay, so this is the limited edition slipcase of the core rule books. We'll take them out here so you can see them. So nice. We got first up in blue. We got the Monsters Manual. Look at that. That's nice and blue. It's lovely. Over here, we got this is the Player's Handbook. That's a nice red. You know, you got these colors coming together. So there's all three of them. The one you get though will be still as the kids say, factory sealed. So that's all the lovely stuff you're gonna get. Tune in and win some nice stuff. For Tabletop Legends, I'm Shakarino here with my partner,
Salman.
and his cousin.
And I'm Barry.
That's right, that's Barry. And so tune in to Tabletop Legends, or else. Okay, so yeah, Tabletop Legends, watch it or don't, but if you don't, I'll break your legs. All right. Tabletop Legends. Call me. Oh, Christ, this whole operation is quickly falling apart. Tabletop Legends, watch it. Or I'll come to the house and I'll kick you in the balls. Bam. Hey, Barry, come rub my bunions. I didn't even know Shark, how's your wife, Shark?
You're Shark.
That's right. That's your wife.
My hand smells like ketchup.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 69 of Storm King's Thunder, right here at Proficiency Bonus. Once again, my name is Michael, your humble and merciful Dungeon Master for this evening. The party is opening a bag of chips.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot that my mic was on. I'm sorry.
As they leave
ASMR.
As they leave.
It's cookies.
As they leave the sculpted spider that overlooks all of Skullport. As you're walking down the steps, you guys can see what... Oh yeah, we got 50 bits for chips. Chip bits. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate the support. They're actually cookies though, right? We got cookies? Is that what yeah, I was wrong.
White chocolate cherry.
Yeah. Hey.
Ooh, sounds great.
Best flavor.
You just made me hungry.
That just sounds wrong. You do not put fruit in my perfectly good chocolate chip cookie.
It's not it's a white chocolate.
Doesn't matter, there's a cherry in it, there's a fruit in it. And that's now a pastry, it's not a cookie.
And good news is, with the bits that we've received tonight, you guys have almost filled up the glass eye enchantment fees expense for our bit goal tonight. So that's always good. Thank you, viewers. You guys making your way down, you can see what looks to be an enormous worm on the opposite side of this structure. It looks as if it's reflecting light, like as if it's, imagine something that was painted over with a thick gloss paint. It's illuminating all these different, you know, the bioluminescent glow of this area. The greens and the purples seem to reflect off of this massive worm. Its mouth appears to be wide open, and it looks as if one of the walkways actually goes right into its mouth. And you're seeing other things like large stalactites that fall down. That's what these areas are on the map, where it kind of looks like, yeah, those areas are these massive stalactites that go down into this area, so they're not able to build any structures here. That's what you see. What would you guys like to do?
Do we see Ashlyn and Brock?
Yeah, you catch up with Ashlyn and Brock. Brock was waiting downstairs when Ashlyn approached, and
we started drinking sherry from one of the casks. We were
drinking some sherry from the casks.
Yep.
I swear, you buy a cask of wine and everybody feels they can drink it.
Hello, Uncle Muffin. It was so worth it, though, to break into this cask.
Thank you, Tabletop Legends.
Tabletop Legends?
Yes, Tabletop Legends coming soon. Make sure you do.
What a legend!
What a legend!
Sooner than you know.
For cookies, because we care about snack accuracy. That is true. We do.
Not cookies, they're pastries. They have fruit in it.
Yeah, they're cookies.
right, so adventurers, what would you like to do?
I think Kallista's kind of just following aimlessly.
Okay.
I don't think she's.
If there's naught else we have to do here, perhaps it is back to the surface.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to head back to the surface?
Did you guys want to check out that worm?
Oh,
I'm
if
good.
you insist, Lachlan, certainly.
A little detour on the way.
Just making your way over to
Let's do it.
over to the worm that you saw when you were coming down the steps.
Oh yeah.
Right. As you approach the mouth of the worm, there's a wooden sign affixed to above it, and it says the worm's gullet, and you can hear what sounds like dishes and crowd noise from inside the mouth.
Oh my god, is it a bar?
And you start to smell aromas of food coming from inside the worm's gullet.
This is bizarre. We're going in, right?
I'm getting drunk with Brock outside still.
Yeah, I'm cool staying
Peanut
outside.
bagging it.
This stuff is good. He's drinking some.
Yeah.
Molfen will just sort of look down at the potion bottle that he's pulled out of his robes again. Could be interesting.
Make an intelligence check, Molfen.
Check. Okay.
Let's call it Arcana.
Ooh, I like Arcana.
I know you do. So that's all we're calling it.
I know you do.
Wow.
You think that if you use this potion on this establishment, that it would restore the worm's carcass, but it wouldn't revive the worm because you have a feeling like all of its inside organs have been emptied.
Oh.
So it would basically you just be restoring its carcass and maybe making a
Like
big mess.
skin.
You're encouraging him, Michael. You're encouraging him.
This
We
is
could leave a
no.
rotting corpse, but
It does look like as if
certainly ruined.
it's basically been gutted, hollowed out, and basically in a petrified state and turned into an establishment.
A waste of a good worm. Put the potion away.
Oh my god.
You see
Peek inside.
You see a couple as you guys are getting ready to peek inside. Lachlan, you see a couple dark dwarves, Duergar, that walk out. It looks like one's rubbing his belly. And he's like, ugh. One lets out a big belch.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was really good food. Yeah. Oh man, I tell you, that Garge can make some pretty good sturge souffle. That's right, he can. Oh, I need to go lay down for about 10 minutes. Maybe about 10 hours. I think that sounds better. And they just walk by you, brushing, kind of ignoring you.
Aren't sturges those little things that like eat your blood?
Have you ever encountered a sturge before, Ashlyn?
No.
Okay. You're not really
I
sure.
think Solana has,
Yeah.
but I don't think Ashlyn has actually.
They serve sturgeon here? Ooh.
That's a different. Yeah.
Molfen's going to take a look around. Do I see any kobolds?
Are you going in the restaurant?
No, just outside it, looking around. Do I see any out?
Make a perception check.
Kobolds.
You see 3 goblins. They seem to be playing some kind of game. They're sitting on this wooden platform. They've got something written down in chalk on the platform, and it looks like they got these like dice or some kind of trinkets that they're rolling and trying to get them to like stay in there. Looks like they're up to no good.
I was looking for it all. Well, Lachlan, are you going in? to get food, or are we going upstairs?
Are we hungry, or are we in a hurry to get back up to the surface?
I'm thinking
I'm
we should
always
probably
hungry.
head back, but...
Okay. And we'll come back here later.
Okay.
Next time we're down.
Yeah.
So you guys make your way out of the worm's gullet. Oh, I can't even say that name without laughing. So you guys are just going to head on back?
Yep, Mulfin's going to keep his eyes open, looking for preferably a solitary goblin or kobold.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
You don't.
Yeah, that can.
You don't find any really solitary ones. They seem to stick together in groups, especially down here with a creature that size, with these bugbears running around and these skeletal heads that seem to float everywhere. They seem to put a general sense of fear in the hearts of most of the goblins and kobolds around here, so they go in packs. You do see a couple like random like humans that are shady looking and by themselves. A couple pirates. You know, they definitely look and act like pirates. You know, everything.
Yarr.
Yeah, just.
I was a sailor.
Yarr. You know, the cliche pirate.
Yep.
No, sort of look over his shoulder. No, Kallista will be mad if I deal with a human.
Only
Continue
imagine.
along.
And just to kind of expedite things a little bit, you guys make it back, no problem. I would assume Kallista would perhaps use her form shifting once again to get you guys a little bit quicker out and through the waves, the crashing waves were the cave that you entered. And you guys make your way back to where you rented, I guess, the boat? I guess.
Yeah.
I can't even remember those guys' names.
Oh, did I write them down?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I did
I
not.
think I
My
forgot.
notes are usually.
I was in the moment and I
Honestly-
forgot to write the names down.
I want to say maybe Axel. Sounds familiar for one of them, maybe?
Paxel.
Axel.
Paxil is a drug? You're saying?
Okay, so Paxil and cocaine. There you go.
Okay.
You guys.
Barrick?
No.
Yeah, I don't have it.
I don't have
Barrick
it.
was the name of the half-ogre minion of Aldok.
Okay.
I know that one.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's okay. His name really doesn't matter.
Okay, good.
He's that
Okay.
he's that small of an NPC in this campaign. But it's always the small NPCs that get blown out of proportion, I've found.
A gum. Sarvin.
Zolkin.
Logan.
Brock, yeah.
Kella.
Brock.
There's a lot of
Hello.
those. Man, we need to cut down on these NPCs, folks.
Mm-hmm.
We might as well just have our
Because then it makes you cry.
NPCs become player characters.
Because then I cry, because then you kill off, like, Harshnag.
We're gonna do a one-shot one time where all of you have to play one of my NPCs.
Yes.
I'm totally down for that.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Can I volunteer for Aldok?
Play the beholder with the eye patch.
And Lachlan, you
Ooh,
can be
you're
Sarvin.
like Zolkin?
Oh, that's interesting.
Dibs on
Yeah, that's
Zolkin.
true.
Nice. So you guys,
I'd be Harshnag.
you guys docked the boat, and you know, you don't have really any problems reaching the shore with the help of Kallista and her abilities to transform. You make your way. You don't see those guys, but you know where they park the boat, so you can assume that if you just pretty much drug it back there and parked it, they would find it again, and it'd be all good.
I could totally water elemental it and just melt with the water.
Yeah, you could.
yeah, 'cause they were
yeah,
Those weren't they?
that would be neat.
They were jerks.
All right. So,
Alright.
Well, it's already been free willied. I mean, half the top of the boat is crushed in by a killer whale tail.
Free Willy.
Oh,
I love it.
yeah, but
Yeah.
they were-
Yeah, it did. Yeah, you did.
That was a good
you
moment.
did damage the edge of it a little bit.
But they were jerk faces anyway, so.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are we now? Above
You
here,
guys are
like...
at the west gate. So where you see Seaward, yeah, right there where that ping just went. Yep.
Okay. And what time of the day is it?
You guys went down there about lunch. You spent a whole night there.
Yeah.
It's probably just after lunchtime
Cool.
of the next day.
Maybe we should go look for diamonds for Diana.
Good idea. Good idea.
I'm
Yes,
gonna go.
definitely.
I'm gonna go pick. You guys, you guys can go. I'm gonna go pick up mine and Diana's griffins from the
Okay.
stables or
That's
the
good.
griffin
Okay.
armory.
Did we deal with the gold splitting up or no?
Yes.
We did. I don't think we did.
Did we?
Oh,
I just
I
put
don't
it in
remember.
loot. I just put it in party loot.
oh, okay, then we didn't know.
I don't know what gold we got gold. When did we get gold?
Yeah, if you
25,000.
guys want to split that
Oh,
up, so you guys got some
yeah.
money to spend, sure.
Oh my god.
How many ways is it split?
5.
I think no 6 because one has to go to party loot, right? Or is that no?
Well, party loot is just where we hold it until we split it, or if we want to have like a collective party loot that we want to like save up for a house, save up for something, we can just keep it there.
Okay.
It's up to you guys what you guys want. I'm fine with splitting it, or I'm fine with keeping it in a collective loot where we can add
I
and
vote
pull
split.
from it. Of course you do.
I don't care.
If we did keep the
Guys,
whole 25,000 party loot, then we could get like a castle.
Yeah, you missed this when we were talking about this. Yeah, we were gonna get like a homestead or something.
It would be
I
like
want a
an
horse.
estate. It wouldn't be like a castle. Castles are more expensive.
We would have an
That's something
estate.
for later. That's something for later, though. We have to deal with the giants,
Yeah.
which requires equipment, spells, diamonds.
That's
So if we
smart.
look at it and we say,
Well,
Well,
if it's
I-
party
I-
loot, the diamonds are saving our lives, so technically.
Yeah.
well, if we
Yeah,
decide
I
to
thought
divide
with
it by
the,
6,
Mhm.
that's still 4,166
Oh my
gold
goodness.
to each person,
Yeah.
Sure.
and 4,166 in party funds.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Boy, oh boy.
Money, money, money,
So if
money.
we do,
4,000 and what?
Money.
hold on. So if we do roll 4,166 times 6.
Oops, sorry, my bad.
Okay, so it's going to be 4,170 in party loot. Put the extra put the extra money in
Party loot?
party loot. No point in squabbling over 4 gold. Michael, question for you: is it plausible to say that there is a bank here where I can transfer from gold to platinum?
Yes, easily. They're money changers.
Because
Cool.
I'm getting a little overburdened by my gold supply.
You jingle everywhere you walk. It's like, ksh, 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 ksh.
And what's the exchange
And
rate?
you're
Sorry,
watching all
is it
the-
100 or is it 10?
I think it's 10? Wait, what is
10.
It basically
It's
it's 10
10.
gold for 1 platinum. So my 8,000 gold will equal 800 platinum.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing the same. Doing some
Yeah.
platinum upping.
Yeah, you guys could easily do that, and you kind of like downtime. That's something we don't have to RP all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That could be easily done here in
Oh, that
Waterdeep.
is- Oh, I'm not over encumbered by gold.
They treat you like nobles as you guys are doing this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Because we're all doing it, yeah.
Yeah, a platinum is 10 gold for 1 platinum.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, if you ever need that, that's on page 143 of the player's handbook.
And the diamonds we need to be cost how much? Is it 300?
300.
Okay, so for what is it?
We have
for,
one of Lachlan's.
For Revivify, a diamond worth 300 gold pieces. For God, what's the other one? For I think Greater Restoration, it's
Requires diamond.
diamond dust.
Diamond
worth
dust
100
worth
GP.
100. Yeah.
And then for there's another spell that I have that's like literally like raising the dead, like bringing somebody back from death, and that's a diamond worth 500 GP.
So, Michael, how many diamonds would I be able to find in here worth 300 gold?
In the city, as you're walking around, you're visiting a lot of jewelers, and other places, even some miners' exchanges. There are 7 diamonds worth 300 gold pieces that you could pick up if you choose to purchase them. There is also a place that actually will go ahead and they'll crush the diamonds into dust for you, Diana. And there are 7 of these. So if you want to spend 700 gold, up to 700 gold, you can get all 7.
Okay, how many are there worth 500 GP? 500 gold, I mean.
There are 5. And,
Wow.
And these are massive.
Okay.
Okay. Molfin has dropped.
Now, this is just from like stores, places that are willing to sell these for high dollar amounts. You could assume that probably some of the noble families have diamonds.
That's an option. We could go borrow some.
But I'm just letting you know that it might seem like a low number for a big city, but you know, this is just from the jewelers that you can go and you can purchase.
Did we ask in the undermarket whether there were?
Yeah, they didn't have anything like that.
Okay.
I don't think.
They would have like a diamond.
We checked the one stop we went to.
Yeah.
So Molfin is bought 7 of the $300 diamonds.
You're buying all of them?
Unless someone else wants to.
Well, I was going to buy 3 of them.
Okay, so if you buy 3, then I'll buy the other 4.
Okay, and then I was also going to get 2 of the 500 gold worth ones. And
I'll get a 500.
And then I was trying to find 2 that are already dust worth 100 G.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so that's 12 ones, that's only 120.
That would be easily done here in Waterdeep.
So I bought you a 500 one too, Diana.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I can cross these things out. Because I have a lot of really good spells that need a lot of things. Like I need to find a focus worth 1,000 gold, a jewel worth 1,000 gold.
Oh, wouldn't you have a focus? Isn't that like what she's channeling from? Like my druid has a focus.
I need like a silver mirror or a orb for scrying.
Like an actual focus. Okay.
Yeah, I need a focus.
Okay.
And then ruby dust. I need ruby dust. Sorry, I'm talking to myself.
What's
my
the
bad.
specifics on the mirror?
It just needs to be a silver mirror worth at least 1,000 gold.
Oh.
That is one fancy mirror.
But
Yeah,
once
I
you have it, you have it. It doesn't use the component. Like once you have that item, you can always cast that
Basically,
spell.
anytime she wants to scry, she looks into the mirror. It's kind of like a mirror
It's
on
like
the
me
wall, you know?
with the orb. Like the orb would constitute as the scrying means, technically.
I should also get incense at some point. Is there
Incense is in the player's handbook, and you could easily find that here in Waterdeep.
Okay. I need some that's worth.
You could steal it for free for your church, probably.
That's true.
I mean, borrow it for free.
I think as long as you make a donation, wouldn't they just let you take it?
Yeah.
So kind of like
It's your
buying it.
church.
Considering all the coin she has, she should be donating most of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I feel like an element of my service to Willmater is to, roam the world and heal people, and these spell components are a part of me healing people, which is part of my, I think, charity. So, really, I think the money is for me.
She has a case. She has a case.
Okay.
Should we perhaps find a better inn this evening?
Yes. Wait, you didn't like the yawning portal?
One of the jewelers, the bank, wherever, Molfin is going to ask for where is one of the nicest inns in the city?
One of the nicest inns.
Hoity-toity, private baths,
Yeah.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Let me check something.
Anastazius would approve.
Just because I don't have a really good name for one, we'll just say that, yeah, you're able to find one. I don't really have a name for it.
Okay. The fluffy cloud.
Flying pelican.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're able to find one. It's kind of on the border of the castle ward and the sea ward, near the market. And the flying pelican. Yeah, I like it.
Thank you, Ryan.
It's a place that Anastazius would approve of.
Nice.
It runs a pretty steep price for rooms. Where most, your average type places will charge you anywhere between, 5 silver pieces to 1 gold, sometimes 2 gold. This place is kind of more on the 10 gold per room per night kind of range.
Done and done.
So
Yeah, Molfin's going to pay for rooms for everybody for the couple
Oh
nights
my
we're gonna
God.
be
it
here.
is quite expensive, but you guys are loaded, so it doesn't really affect
Yes,
you
we
much.
are.
To the normal person, a normal person wouldn't, be spending their time here. So you guys are
It's
able
going to be
to.
about, we're here for the funerals in 3 days.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I need at least 2 nights of that. Give them 10 platinum. That'll cover the rooms for all 5 people for 2 nights.
Making it
It's all going
rain.
to- It's all going to the party, man.
Okay, yeah,
Nice.
nice.
I would like to spend the remainder of the day at the Griffin Cavalry and try and convince them to train me.
I'm gonna spend the rest of the
Okay.
afternoon in my lavender scented bath.
Nice. Perfect. You can do that.
Okay.
Diana, just to answer your questions, you'd easily be able to find your incense.
Okay.
You can acquire, say, 4 vials of holy water. I
Okay.
think they do have a price in the player's handbook.
Can't you just steal that from our church too?
I wish.
Aren't you
Just
like a
have
holy
Dorn-
person? Just grab some water and bless it.
Yeah, God,
The power of
Dorn
Hellmaker
like,
compels you.
Yeah.
Compels you.
have Dorn like spitting it for you or
Holy
something.
water. Let's see, where is it in here? I know that it's. I thought it
Just
was-
give Dorn a swirly in the toilet.
holy water flask. 25 gold pieces, and there are 4 of them, so
Oh my
100 gold
God.
pieces. You can have them all.
Okay.
What's what you said? A small parchment with holy text.
Yeah,
What do
it's one of my spell components. It's not like a specified
Just rip up the
monetary
Bible.
value.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah,
it's,
pretty
it's
much.
Not
I was gonna be
it's not a monetary value, so your arcane focus, your symbol would be sufficient for that. So you wouldn't.
Okay.
You wouldn't necessarily need that. The mirror.
Okay.
The mirror for your scrying spell, you would need.
Okay. There's another spell that requires a small silver mirror, but it's not worth it. It doesn't have a specified amount of money that it.
Yeah, if it doesn't specify the amount, you don't need it. You are arcane focus.
Okay.
But if it specifies the amount, you gotta buy it.
Okay.
Make a make a survival check for me really quick.
Okay, cool. That in that case, there are many other things I need to buy because all of my spells are so expensive.
Okay.
Woo.
You do actually find a store that has a silver mirror.
Nice.
I have holy water.
So I think it has to be 100. Do you say 100 gold pieces?
It doesn't have a specified amount. Oh yeah, for the
Yeah, 'cause
for the scrying spell, it's 1,000.
Oh yeah, you do find one, but it's you got to drop the 1,000 gold on it if you want it. It's made of pure silver. It looks pretty beautiful. Has
How much?
It looks like something a Disney princess would hold.
Ooh.
Ah man.
I'll
Okay.
give
I
you
also-
500 gold to share that so we can look at them together.
Oh, okay. Then I'll drop the 500 gold on that.
Okay.
So Ashlyn and I can split that.
So we can both look like Disney princesses.
Yes.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Unfortunately, you do not find any +2 armor though.
Oh damn. Okay, that's fine. That was probably gonna be crazy expensive anyways.
It was probably gonna be pretty pricey. Yeah.
I have a +2 breastplate.
Oh, awesome! I now have that.
We still,
Yeah,
we
you
still
got
have
that
from
plus 2
that,
breastplate that nobody has put on.
Yeah.
Wait, what does that?
But I think there was something about you had to attune to it. in
It
order
was
to-
giant size, so I
yeah.
attuned it to a while to shrink it.
Yeah, he
Right.
attuned to it to shrink it.
And now I'm unattuned to it because I've got other stuff. So
Yeah.
Does that mean it blows back up
You
to giant
wanna-
size?
it stays
Well,
locked
it just
inside.
stays the gnome size until someone reattunes to
Yeah.
it.
it's up for grabs.
Can I buy a ring of protection?
I don't think it would have. The best place to find that would be when you guys visited that one mage's shop in that head. But I don't.
okay.
I don't think they found any rings like that.
Yeah,
in
no,
that
I asked for rings and he
place.
didn't have any.
Oh, okay.
So that
Okay.
might be a rarity here.
Gotcha.
They're pretty. They're sticklers for their magic
I
items
know,
here.
I know, Molten has one.
They're sticklers for magic items here in Waterdeep. They don't
It's
really
okay,
like
I
all
put
this
up my
stuff
manta
out.
ray cloak.
They don't want to get it to get in the wrong hands.
Yeah, gotcha.
So you said that things that don't involve a monetary value at the end of them, like ruby dust worth 50 GP, I don't need to buy.
Well, no, if it's worth 50 GP, then you need to buy it because
Yeah, it's the ones that don't have the value. You don't have
If
to
it's
buy.
if it has a
Okay.
value attached to it, you got to purchase it somehow.
Did I find any ruby dust?
Ruby dust.
Yeah.
Let's see if the dice decide.
I'm sorry, I'm doing a lot of shopping. I'm very sorry.
It's okay.
I tried to whisper it.
You're a cleric. You need these items.
Okay.
How much ruby dust do you need?
I think I only need one pouch. But
Are
I'll
you
get
sure
this
you really
today.
need that, and it's not the gray text to suggest what you're supposed to put?
Like for the material components?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think when
I
you go to
haven't-
add a new spell, it automatically has ruby dust. There is an
Yes.
example.
Oh, it does.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
yeah,
what
if
if
it's
it's a-
gray, if it's gray text, you don't need.
Oh.
Does it have the M checked off?
It does, but it doesn't. It does, but the ruby dust is still gray, so I
What-
don't
what
know.
spell is
Okay, so that means you never put in the
What spell?
thing.
is
Yeah,
it?
what spell?
Yeah, what spell?
Oh, where'd it go? I think I had it open just now. Oh no, wait, never mind. That one's not checked. Let's see.
So no ruby dust needed.
But there are still some that I do need ruby dust for. I think. I'm pretty sure.
And Michael, you said it's like midday, like lunchtime.
Yeah, like a little after lunch, probably like 1 or 2 o'clock.
Was I able to get into the cavalry since they have Cleo?
Oh yeah. With Cleo, yeah, you visit there. They would be fine training you for a few days if you'd be willing to. Training is expensive.
How expensive?
It's about 1,500 gold a day. But they are of utmost confidence, especially for people who are not part of the actual like cavalry unit.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff doesn't come cheap, and they don't want to just give it away.
What would they be able to do after that,
if
though?
they train random people to ride griffins, then random people
then
can
everybody
steal
will-
the griffins. You know,
They see that I have my own
but
griffins,
since you
right?
have your own griffins, they want you to be able to know how to control them and be able to handle them. So they'd be willing to do it for you, possibly Diana, if you'd be willing to. But that's taking time away from training their griffins themselves, so
Right,
it makes it expensive.
What would they be able to do afterwards, though? Anything? That'd be worth it.
Possibly be able to, since they're still younger, you might not be able to ride them quite yet, but you may be able to start
okay.
learning some commands to be able to issue commands to them, and they might be able to coherently be able to follow them a little bit,
Okay.
based on your already kind of like motherly connection to them.
Would they also be able to teach me to fly on one of theirs, like fly better
Maybe
in preparation?
Maybe a little bit. You're already pretty good because of what Deshara had given.
Deshara did.
Deshara, she already trained you guys pretty well.
Okay.
And she was a good trainer, so you guys don't.
Okay.
You don't feel like you could always get more training, but maybe dropping 1,500 gold pieces for fly training probably isn't the best use of your money at this point.
Right. So just regular training.
Kind of like just command training maybe,
Command,
and just
okay.
getting a greater connection with the griffin.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Cool. You gonna do 2 days or just one?
2 days is 3,000, right?
Yep, be 3,000 for 2.
Or 300 platinum.
Da. Can I persuade them to do it cheaper?
You can make a persuasion check, sure. What
Can I
is
use my nat 20?
That depends. What is your argument? Why would you want them to drop the price for you, Kallista?
Because I'm very busy planning the funeral of Anastazius, and I have 2 baby griffins. It's a lot of stress. I'm going through a lot right now, and I would really appreciate a good sign would be nice.
Okay.
Pull the sympathize with me card.
I just met my dad, and he's half spider.
I just lost my best friend, and then I met my dad.
They'll take 400. They'll take 400 gold off of each day.
Woo!
I will do that.
That's nice.
Because a couple of them knew Anastazius.
Yeah, I was basically name dropping Anastazius and being like, "Hey."
Yeah, it makes sense.
Kallista knows how to get around Waterdeep. Just mention Anna. It's fine.
And yes, for both of those, Diana. If you spend the money, you can find those.
Awesome. Yay.
The money and time. It'd take you. Pretty much what you're doing is basically going to consume your entire day. Because you're you're like traveling all over Waterdeep, going to stores, going to temples, going here, going there, meeting all new.
It's not like a mall.
Yeah. But yeah, simple stuff like that wouldn't be difficult to find. Lachlan.
Yeah.
Anything going on with Lachlan during this day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sneaking off to go see the boss.
Sneaking off to go see the boss.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you sneaking away from the party, or are you guys all just kind of going your separate ways and just taking some time?
I think Kallista needs alone time, so she's removed herself from the party.
So I would probably say, Lachlan, you probably don't need to sneak away.
Great.
Lachlan, remember the last time you went off by yourself?
Which time?
Like 2 days ago when those guys almost jumped you?
I was drunk.
Brock looks at you, he's like, you sure you don't want me to go with you?
Yeah, sure, Brock.
You want me? You said yes. You want me to go with you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I totally wasn't expecting that. All right. Yeah. So Brock comes along with you. He's walking. You guys are walking your way towards B4 Flowers.
Has he met the boss before?
Yeah, he was there last time.
He was there, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah. As you guys made your way down. So you guys just make your way. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to talk to him about, but this would be an opportunity for you.
Just kind of shooting the breeze, you know.
He looks at you. He's like, "No, Lachlan. I wanted to ask you. Ashlyn, is she number 2 in the organization? Is that?"
That is correct, and you're number 3.
Number 3.
Congrats.
I mean, really. I mean, you don't think that, I might just be. No, okay, I'll just drop it for now.
No. It's a reasonable thing to ask. You have to beat her in 1-to-1 combat if you want to be number 2. That's that's how it works.
Like, are we talking like fists or?
She would choose. You have to challenge her, and she chooses, and then if you win, so.
So I have to issue a challenge?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like you keep challenging up the ladder. Is that how this? Is that? I don't.
Yeah. Except I'm always the commander.
You're always the commander. Like
the rules. I didn't write them. It's the rules.
Like, so Ashlyn can't challenge you to be like the leader.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
it's just
Gotcha. Yeah. Understood. Huh. Man, Ashlyn's pretty tough.
Yeah. That's you better train hard, Brock.
Like, can I throw sand in her eyes? Is that?
I don't know if that would even work. She'd probably just dodge it.
Yeah, she is pretty good at that kind of stuff.
Number 3 is good. I mean, there are gonna be 7 of us eventually.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'd still be above. It's 1, 2, 3. Is that 4 others?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd still be above them. That.
Yeah.
That works pretty good for me.
So keep on keeping on, Brock.
One day, if I have enough to drink, though, I might just, give it a shot.
Looking forward to seeing that.
And you guys just continue to walk and talk, and it looks like Brock's, seeking ways where he can gain favor with you and make his way up the chain in the organization, and make you proud, and build a name for the 7 Snakes, wherever you go. The 7.
Brock, one of the things to think about is, do the snakes, do we stick together, or do we need to, like, split off and, I don't know, think about it.
Do you have a mission for me?
Maybe.
You do? Man, you know what? I think it might be a good idea. Because then people will know, hey, the snakes are back.
Yeah, snakes are back.
And, man, and just maybe people
Where
start,
we
like...
going?
They'll just start to hear, like, people, like, talking about the 7 snakes. And if we're, like, split off in different areas, maybe that'll make the word travel faster.
Yeah, I think you're right. And there's this guy Brantley that I left in Neverwinter that I think I left him in Neverwinter. That we got to recruit him.
Brantley?
Yeah.
Well, I could go recruit him.
Think about it. Talk to the others. See, I mean, you know, I don't want to separate you from you're becoming with Kallista, you know, but something to think about.
Okay. Yeah. I'll think about it. Yeah, I think it's a great idea, to be honest. I mean, anything we can do to, you know, make our organization better, you know?
I like that attitude. You're going to go far.
I know. And eventually you guys make it back to B4's Flowers, where you've been before. That same alley to the side of the store, and you can see that rickety dumpster that's beside it. You open it up and tumble down into the stench of the sewer smell from below. It creeps up. The darkness settles in, but you're able to keep focus with your eyes. And you can see a little bit of torchlight glowing in some places. You see those same kobolds that you saw before. This time seems like there's more of them, and they're just like scuttling around in different places. You can hear them arguing.
Should have brought Gramps.
You can see in that room once again. You can see that the one-eyed this giant figure looks like a cyclops standing in one room, and he seems to be feeding these large, multi-legged lizards that look to have these shining blue eyes. And they're on leashes, but he's feeding them, and they're busy eating a few large fish that he's thrown in their mouths. And Solana knows all too well what these creatures are.
Yes. That's why I'm laughing, yes.
And
it's kind of ironic that he would choose those as his friends.
This time, you can see not only are the kobolds arguing, but it looks like they're getting ready for something. They're dressed in, it looks like old noble clothes.
Really?
And some of them are holding bouquets of flowers. One of them actually takes a bouquet of flowers and starts smacking it over another one's head. And like pieces of the flower go flying everywhere and just making a big mess. And they're arguing with each other. One of them just like socks one of the other ones in the face and just punches them. It looks like a very Ashlyn moment here. As you think about all those times that she just hauled out and punched you.
Yeah, I think my jaw still clicks when I chew.
It seems like they're preparing for something, and then you see, as you're walking towards Aldoc's main chamber, the door opens up as you're approaching with Brock, and out comes the half-ogre form of Barak, and he looks straight at you as you're walking down. And what are you doing here? How'd you get
looking for the... I knew how to get here?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I almost forgot. What are you doing?
Looking for the boss.
The boss is preparing the eulogy.
The eulogy?
Yes. For the fallen Xanathar.
Wait.
What?
Is he already fallen, or is he getting excited ahead of time?
He comes to you, and it's like one of those moments where it's kind of walk with me, please. And he sets his arm around your shoulder and starts walking slowly beside. Now, listen. We can't talk very loud. Aldoc knows things. So, Aldoc receives beholder trinkets weekly. The last time you visited, he destroyed one of those trinkets. Now it's time for the funeral.
That's not creepy at all.
You came just in time for the procession. Now you better have your best clothes. Because things
Disguise self.
And he, nice. And it seems like the kobolds are all starting to gather up, and you hear Aldoc's booming voice come out. He's like, "You may now proceed." And then all of a sudden, this weird music, it sounds like bagpipes, starts to play. And you look over in the Cyclops with these creatures. He's holding the leash with one hand and these bagpipes with the other, and he's blowing the bagpipes and making these horrible sounds. He has no idea how to play the bagpipes. It's horrendous.
Oh.
And all the kobolds, like, some of them are holding their ears, but they start, like, making their way down, and you participate in this funeral procession into Aldoc's chamber, and you can see there are big bouquets of flowers all around the room. And Aldoc is there standing in front of a pedestal that has some parchment and a book in front of him. And he begins basically giving a funeral for a fake Xanathar.
Wow. I'm looking as somber as possible.
And he's
minor illusion, a tear.
There you go. Yes, it seems like everybody else is doing the same thing. Like everybody, the Barak is like faking, like busting out tears. Half ogre, he's got his hands buried. He gets a tissue out and blows his nose. And after the funeral is over and, you know, Aldoc has said some final words to lay Xanathar to rest, you can see... make a perception check for me.
Okay. Oops.
Okay. You see behind Aldoc, there's a couple kobolds back there in the dark of the room. One of them setting up one of the fallen pedestals that was around the room. And the other one you can see slip into his shirt. He picks out what looks to be some kind of little sculpture of a beholder and sets it on top of the pedestal. And then they sneak and they slink back around.
It's so messed up.
And eventually the procession ends. The awful bagpipe music begins again, and most of the creatures like recess out, leaving Barak and Aldoc alone in the main chamber, with you and Brock standing there. Brock is very weirded out right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at him like, are you seeing this?
It's harder for him to see because he's a human in darkness. There is a little bit of light from various torches, but he's seen enough to creep him out.
Yeah.
And a couple of the eye stalks look towards you.
Hey, boss.
Lachlan, you have
in the flesh.
You have news for your Aldoc.
Do I have news? By the way, that was a very touching ceremony.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I was moved.
I'm practicing.
I think you're ready. And this is good. This is all aligns because I think I can get you what you need.
You can get me what I need.
Yeah.
You know, I did have an epiphany.
An epiphany, huh?
Yes, I was awoken from my dream last night. And I was thinking, I shouldn't be angry at the Dragonborn anymore. Maybe he could help me.
Maybe he could help you.
Yeah, I was thinking, if the Dragonborn could so easily remove my eye, perhaps he could do the same to Xanathar. Maybe then we would be equals.
It's a fascinating proposition. Where would we find this Dragonborn?
I don't know. I heard rumors that his name was, I don't know, he calls himself the King of the Frozen Far.
Oh, sounds like a big deal.
Yeah, someone whispered his name once, but I almost disintegrated him before he could get the whole word out. I believe it was Sarvin.
Trying not to react at all. Well, I like your idea of, of not trying to disintegrate this guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Dragonborn could help me. Huh. I like this epiphany. I'll get Barak. Yes, master. Could you create some, I don't know, some propaganda that we could use to lure the Dragonborn to us? Or perhaps offer a reward to someone to bring him to us. What do you think, Lachlan?
Interesting. Well, whatever works for you, boss.
Barra kind of looks. I will work on it right away, sir. And he steps on the side, and you hear him walk out of the chamber and close the door behind. Yeah, his rickety wooden door closes.
Interesting times.
So, what is it that you were going to help me with, Lachlan?
You need that eye, right?
I need that eye.
Yeah. Well, I can get it, but it's going to cost me. And I don't have the coin.
You're looking for a loan, aren't you, Lachlan?
Yeah.
Your father was once in the same spot as you. Staring at Barak, I lurked in the darkness, willing to offer him the money to be able to...
It was very generous of you.
Indeed. I help people. Well, how much do you need to secure my eye, Lachlan? He takes his tongue out and he's just just makes this awful slurping sound, kind of like Jabba the Hutt style,
I'm gonna end up chained in a bikini. I don't suppose it.
Christy's like, no, what has this happened to the stream?
I don't suppose that you could source 25,000 gold dragons?
For the securement of my eye, Lachlan? Done.
That easy, huh?
Well, I expected to be paid in full, with interest.
Interest. Of course, yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. The eye should be ready in 2 days.
2 days. Oh, okay. You'll have, so I can come pick it up in 2 days, and then I'll make the magic happen.
Yes.
Pleasure doing business with you, boss. I'm on it.
This pleasure's all mine, Lachlan. See me in 2 days.
2 days. It's on my calendar.
Lachlan pulls out his iPhone and
scrying pad.
Yeah. And Lachlan, you make your way out. Doesn't seem like anybody puts up much of a fuss. Most people know who you are here.
I'm sweating.
Seems like these kobolds just spend most of their time down here just arguing with one another and just fighting over scraps and possessions and little trinkets and things like that. And you make your way back out into the city.
Yeah. Brock, new mission.
What's that?
Make sure Sarvin doesn't come here and get himself killed.
I don't think I ever met Sarvin.
He's easy to when you see him. He's easy to
Okay, but
you'll know when you meet him. He'll make it clear.
He's one of those types. He's one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And by the way, Brock, can we keep this secret? Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody that we went to see that thing.
Yeah.
That floating thing.
Yeah, and the funeral.
Jay,
and
don't you think don't you think the rest of them, well, especially Kallista, don't you think she's gonna be a little upset? Because
That's why she doesn't need to know.
right,
It's just alone.
Right. I got another problem, Lachlan. You know I'm really not good at this kind of thing, like keeping stuff from people. I mean, I'll try.
Just,
Wouldn't I have known where they were going? Like, I went with them the first time.
I don't think he said where he was going, though. You went into the bath, I went into my room, the other two are off doing their things.
Yeah. Everybody's kind of off doing their own things right now during this day. So Lachlan is easily able to get the 25,000 gold pieces from Aldok. He's got the loan.
Sweating. All right, Brock.
What are you gonna do with all that money? Like, you can't just like walk around with that chest full of money right there, Lachlan. I mean, you can't walk in and have Kallista just looking at you holding a chest full of gold.
I didn't think that far.
Okay.
Who actually holds the bag of holding?
Oh, that's right. I have the bag of holding.
Perfect. Lachlan's saying he's dumping this chest of money.
Brock, help me with this. Yeah.
Both like in the alleyway beside B4's flowers, just dumping money into the bag of holding. You ditch the wooden chest into the corner. Okay.
I want to be there the day he takes that out and goes, 25,000 gold! It just have to holding at him.
Nice. So you have secured the loan.
Yep.
And if everybody's okay, I will go ahead and just go to the next morning. Unless there was somebody that wanted to. Molfen, is there something that you wanted to do this first day other than?
One question. Did you see the question I whispered to you?
Where'd you whisper it to me?
In roll 20, you may have missed it. Hold on, yeah.
Oh wait, here it is.
Oh no. Sort of evil laughter.
You know, we just had this huge conversation. Callista unloaded and just gave you the truth serum. All I ask in return is some truth, and immediately the gnomes
There is
I don't even know what's happening, and I immediately know something's happening.
Do me a favor. Let's call this let's call this persuasion.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh.
Let's call this persuasion. I'm gonna say you're trying to persuade them to give you this amount.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That ain't great.
You know, you've come up with a plan. You know, you think if I get a little bit at a time, you know, and get it brought up, maybe I'll be able to get enough. But dang it just keeps melting before you can get enough of it. You know? So you think maybe if you caught the right person on a different night, you may be able to, but...
Yes.
Okay. So it... Ray of Frost.
Oh no.
What?
You know Kallista has, she's elemental. You know she could technically help you with this, but okay.
I don't even know what's going on.
So Molfen is casting Ray of Frost several times on a puddle of water in his room. You have a nice little ice skating rink inside your room right now.
Nice.
Fears not tonight.
It's really cold in here.
What a mess.
All right. That was a successful evening for Molfen.
Y'all be giving me chest pains.
You guys wake up the next morning. I guess it would be the following morning would be the day of the procession and the funeral, correct? So you got one more full day, and then it would be
one
funeral.
more full day.
So
yeah.
If you guys don't have anything specific in mind, we can go to the next day for the funeral, or if you have something specific that you'd like to do, or something quick that you want to throw out there is something you want to accomplish for the day, we can do that.
Molfin's gonna go look for Kallista.
She would have told you guys where she was, because she would come back each evening to the inn that we're staying at, and then...
He's gonna try to catch you before you leave. Kallista, do you have a quick moment?
Sure, what's up?
I am considering hiding my appearance, while at the same time not hiding my appearance.
Okay.
I am looking to copy myself.
Ow.
Yeah, that was Kallista. Ow.
Something you don't hear every day.
Nope.
I'm thinking of copying myself.
One of the scrolls you found and gave to me gives me the ability to create a duplicate of myself with all of my abilities.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
In order to perform said task, I need a rather large supply of ice. Given how yesterday was for you, I attempted to barter with the people at the inn. They appeared to not want to supply me with a 3-foot block of ice. Don't understand why. I was perfectly pleasant about it, but...
All right. How much do you need?
It is, give or take, approximately. And Molfin will just sort of look at her and put a hand right above his head.
Next time I go to a restaurant, I'm going to ask them if I can have a 3-foot block of ice. Just to see what they tell me.
If ice is difficult, I could perhaps use snow.
I don't think what I could do. I could. We would need water, and I could make it ice.
Water. Oh, the bath.
Okay. Sure.
So.
But, it's private, right? Because they're not gonna take kindly to my elemental form.
But are the baths private? Were we paid so much for this?
Yeah, you said that we had private baths.
This is a private bath place, yeah. For 10 gold a night, it better be pretty ritzy.
Yeah.
Molfin will lead Kallista into his room with the bath.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have a room? Looks like it's got a nice little bath ready. Water's still relatively warm and steaming.
That doesn't help.
That's strange. The music just started splashing water. You guys started talking about
Sorry.
bath.
Now that I think about it, I could use Cone of Cold to the staff, but I don't think that would actually freeze it all the way through.
Cone of Cold would freeze the entire room.
How big is this room?
It's probably not huge. At maximum probably 20 feet square, maybe 25 foot square. I mean, these rooms aren't huge, but they're accommodating. I mean, they're nicely furnished. I mean, this is...
I can either do Ice Storm, or that's gonna cause a lot of damage. Or if the DM allows it, I could go Air Elemental and cool it around me into an Ice Storm. Or an ice snow bath. That's my only two options that I got. What do you think?
I think the air elemental would make it more like a am I looking for, is typhoon the right word? Like
Yeah.
Probably.
I guess it's typhoon,
It
yeah.
would cool the water but probably not freeze it.
Okay. So it would probably have to be the ice
It
storm.
would probably have to be ice storm, and I don't know what ice storm exactly does.
It's a lot.
It sounds
It's
bad.
It's a lot.
Well,
Yeah, you could easily freeze the water by going to Bryn Shander and just sticking it outside.
I suppose, thank you for your effort, Kallista. I will just attempt it with the Staff of Power and see if I have any luck freezing it myself. I fear that Ice Storm would do
more damage
to the inn, and I'd rather not have to.
If we were out in the open, it would be fine, but here... Well, we could always do it later when we're out the city.
Sure. I shall see if I have any luck, and if not, I shall take you up on the offer. But perhaps the old me will greet you this evening. Or the new me, I should say.
Looking forward to it. And I leave. Be careful, and I leave.
Are we like at breakfast together or something?
You know, you can. Yeah, I mean, well, I think Molfin had that conversation with Kallista. They were kind of
in the morning before I went to the cavalry.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone want to go to Fight Club tonight, or we're not doing that anymore? No. Okay. I'm good.
Rock's kind of like, well, I mean, I'll go watch you and cheer for you if you want to go.
Okay.
Maybe
I will think about it.
Maybe put some money in on you to win.
Okay.
25 G's now.
Oh God.
I've been laying pretty low and avoiding everybody.
Which is unnatural for you, so. What's up?
Nothing.
You know, your voice goes an octave higher when you.
She's right.
Or does it? Or does it?
No, it kind of does.
Rock's like, okay. We were talking about... Now, Ashlyn.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about maybe bringing another guy on board for the Seven Snakes.
Like the fourth snake.
Yeah. Yeah, number 4.
Okay.
Yeah, he'd be under me.
Okay, under
That's
you, under me.
Right, Locke.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right, right?
You're right,
Yeah. So, what'd you say his name was again, Locke?
Brantley?
Brantley, that was it. Yeah, Brantley. Yeah.
Ooh, where'd you meet him?
I didn't meet him.
Oh.
Locke knows him.
Yeah.
Where'd you meet him, Lachlan?
I think I met him in Bryn Shander.
Okay.
He must be pretty.
Cold
He
place.
must be pretty good if Lachlan wants him to be a snake.
Yeah. I mean, we're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, he was kind of the one that gave me all the rings, so, you know.
Oh. Is he above you then?
No.
Oh.
And Lachlan, you know that the reason he got the rings from the snail in Daggerford when he gave it to you. So that's it.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Okay, is anybody else doing anything during this time or wanting to do something? Guys, going on this time.
3 times in a row on the tub.
Okay, so
Oh, no.
So how exactly are you doing this? Like, I wanna visualize this in my mind, so I know how to describe what happens.
So basically, the tub is sitting in wherever it is in the room. Molfin is as far away from the tub. He is the opposite corner of the room. Staff of Power in his hand, holding it out like.
Oh my God.
All of a sudden, this cone. That's like a 60-foot cone, right? It goes out 60 feet.
Yeah. So it's the room.
It's the entire room.
It's the entire room.
Covered in icicles.
Yeah. Basically,
Out the
what
door.
happens is it's kind of like if you picture Molfin, all of a sudden he puts the staff out. All of a sudden, this mist goes flying out of the front of the staff. You watch as the tub just gets thrown across the room.
Oh no!
And the water is in midair, like swirling all around, and it starts to freeze as it's swirling all around. And the cold energy hits the back of the room and turns back around and starts to just go wrapping around you. And all of a sudden, you're just like, you just feel icy mist all around you. And when the particles of ice and water just settle, you can see it looks as if there was a terrible storm in the ocean that got frozen in place all around the room. Like these waves of water are just like spiking up in the corners and everywhere around, and the whole room is just covered in ice.
That's pretty cool.
And it's freezing in here now.
And to think what would have happened if I used Ice Storm instead.
You have like frost hardening the shroud over your face. Like you're covered in ice.
Muffin's gonna walk out to the breakfast room.
Oh my god.
You guys watch as it looks like a 4-foot tall snowman with a staff starts to approach all of you as you're eating breakfast. There are chunks of snow literally falling off of him and sticking to the ground.
Are you okay, Uncle Muffin? You look a little worse for wear there.
That depends.
He's always like this.
Can anyone help me chisel some ice off of my room?
And you know what? That's where we're going to end tonight's episode, because that was a perfect time to end it. Amazing. So, Diana, write down what you were going to do, because I saw you trying to interject there at the end. So, write down what you were going to do.
Oh, no.
And we'll kick back
No,
up.
that wasn't an interjection whatsoever.
Right.
That was like when Mulfin was like, hey, volunteers to help me chisel this ice sculpture. I was like, you know what? Team building exercise.
Oh, jeez.
Well done, everybody. Well done. My goodness.
Oh my god, Muffin broke himself.
Oh.
My God, it's not there right now.
Wow, what an episode tonight, guys. Lots of stuff happened. Lots of stuff. Lots of good stuff.
Oh my god.
I'm so shook. This episode has me shook.
Yeah.
You guys did great.
That was crazy.
Wonderful job. Everybody, the role play was outstanding. I love Ashland's fear of spiders. Made that whole encounter so much.
Yes,
so much
that was
cooler.
my.
I'm so sorry.
IRL,
So,
braiding spiders.
so we
We'll
need
never
to,
I think
give away a new Nat 20 tonight. So what do you guys think? Oh, 12 and a 12. Look at that.
Oof, yeah.
Anybody in chat want to chime in? We usually award a Nat 20 to a player at the end of our sessions, if you're just tuning in with us tonight, that they can use the next session. And it's basically an automatic Nat 20 for whatever they want to use it for. But they have to use it during the session or it goes away.
It's just...
I'm gonna say Ashland for the.
Yeah, my vote was for Ashland for the spider situation. Like she kept true to her character, but also both Muffin and Lachlan, because Lachlan's staying very true to his character, going immediately, let's not tell Kallista, and then Muffin with the freaking ice storm at the end. That was
that ice storm, the rock starring the hotel room.
Yeah,
that's, you know.
Hey, I'm still hoping that if people help chisel, he's got 3 feet worth of ice.
Do you, you know, I hate to reference another Disney thing tonight, but in the movie Frozen, when she's out there like at that one shop, and then and then what's his face comes in for the first time, and he's just covered in snow, and he drags all the snow inside.
Kristoff. Yeah.
That's what Muffin was whenever he came out of it. Came out all and he's just draped and all this stuff. Oh yeah, so you know what? I think Muffin had it the week before. Kallista.
Yeah, I saw Sarah for sure for the spider panic attack.
Yeah, let's give it to Ashlyn this week. We'll throw it.
Thanks, guys.
So she'll have the Nat 20 for next time. Yeah, so
I'm gonna use it in Fight Club, guys.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, use it to one-shot Lachlan.
I'm not fighting Lachlan. Lachlan's fighting with me.
We still have a full day. She could easily get into shenanigans with this last day left.
Yeah, we still got one more day in Waterdeep before the funeral happens.
I do get into shenanigans when unsupervised.
So our party is enjoying Waterdeep.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, so well done, everybody. Does anybody have anything, well, other than Tabletop Legends coming up here on Tuesday, 7 p.m., make sure you tune in live with us then for your chance to win some of those awesome prizes, that special edition bundle, the Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, DMG with the Dungeon Master screen. That's definitely worth coming to hang out on Tuesday night to check out these guys in Tabletop Legends. We'll have some more stuff on our Twitter account and on the Tabletop Legends page, Proficiency Bonus pages, so make sure you check that out. Don't forget to check out our other shows that are still going on.
Yes, Mystic Hour is back.
Mystic Hour is back next week. I'm excited. Get some more Mystic Hour going on. The next 2 weeks, Delve and Dash will be off. So next week is I'm an art teacher, so we have an art show coming up, and it's on a Thursday night. So I'm gonna be doing that next Thursday, and then Thursday after that is spring break. So I will be out those 2 days, but our Fridays should be all good, I believe. So
Okay.
we should
Excellent.
be good Fridays.
Next week will be very interesting.
Quite great. Yeah, great. This is fine.
It always is.
This is fine, but in ice, this is fine.
You're worried about your ice? Your giant half spider dad's coming to your front feet.
That's sort of why Molfin is trying to get ice. Just saying.
Giant half spider dad's coming to the funeral.
I mean, Anna would appreciate it.
Okay.
That was awesome.
But yeah, Mystic Hour
Thank you very
next.
much, Padre. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the follow. We appreciate that.
Mystic Hour next Thursday, 5:30 p.m. We are doing a focus on script writing versus improv. So me and Lip are going to be performing some scenes and comparing them to how improv works versus script writing or script writing and script reading. So it's
Is it going to be interactive? Can we suggest the scene?
maybe.
Ooh, yeah, that's always fun.
I don't know what he has planned, but very possibly knowing him.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's yep.
Oh, and Strahd.
Mystic Hour, whose line is it anyway?
Basically.
I don't want to butcher this
Yeah, the whole
name,
month-
but Quattre in chat
Quattre?
said this first time watching. So thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with us. So we appreciate it. Glad you had a good time. I know we did. I don't know, on the edge of my seat most of the time. 'Cause I don't know what you guys are gonna do half the time. So.
Strahd is on unlucky number 13 on Sunday, so watch out for that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have some rolls for that, some unlucky table rolls.
Oh yeah, unlucky table.
That'll be fun.
And all of month of April, we are focusing on theater kids and the theater community versus D&D, since I find that a lot of people that play D&D have theater backgrounds. So we're going to be focusing on that in the month of April.
That sounds good. Oh, Zos has her hand raised. She must be a theater
Yep,
kid.
we're all theater
That's
kids.
it.
Yeah.
I was in the marching band,
Okay,
so I
2
couldn't
years.
schedule theater.
I was in the marching band
I was
for
the
2
marching
Hey,
years.
it's the arts, man, the arts.
I did the music
Yeah.
portion, so.
See, and I did drama club and was in musicals in high school.
Yep,
so.
me too. Me
Awesome.
too.
Well, you guys are amazing role players, so I know that you guys have had a little bit of background in that. So, well, guys, we're gonna call it a night. So until next time, when you make your way into a hollowed out spider in the middle of a creepy
don't.
city.
No bad Atlanta.
you can either don't forget to add your proficiency bonus, or what Ashlyn said, Sarah, nope, out of there. It's
Nope
always
out.
a good thing. Nope, I'm gone. Well, you guys have a great night. We'll see you next time.
See you
Have a
next
good
week.
one, guys.
Okay, love you, bye. Love you, bye.